You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
Oh, finally, the picture comes. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Red. Welcome to episode 323. And what have we got going on this week? Well, Camila Cardozo was the woman in red, but it seemed like Bob Kraft just called to stay Arthur Blank. I'm warning you. And also, we got the NBA playoff preview. Man, talking about all the teams that's been eliminated: Warriors, Hawks, Kings, Bulls, WNBA draft, NFL draft coming up next week. It's a lot of different topics to talk about, but don't worry because we're gonna put them all together and discuss them all for you. episode 323. Let's go ahead and get started right now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show featuring Coach Patrick Thomas. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL show. While this Reverend is coming to you live from the PA in the East Coast, in that place called Coatesville in the 19320. We're coming to you live, giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. Who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real sports knowledge. So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and Coach for episode 323 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our custom, we turn to our numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone besides Michael Jordan that goes with those numbers 3, 2, and 3. What you got for us, Coach?
Well, good morning, everybody. After instructions on this beautiful sunny day by the Reverend Doctor, I had to pull an audible. So I found a young man who's capable of the number. Plays in the NFL. He's widely recognized as one of the best backs in the NFL last season and past seasons. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, and he plays right now currently for the San Francisco 49ers. And his name is Christian McCaffrey, number 23, 3-time Pro Bowler, and widely considered the best running back in the game today. Audible time, ladies and gentlemen, audible time.
That's a good audible. That's a worthy audible. That's something to make us think a little bit. I appreciate you because we're not going to give you that little handoff to put Michael Jordan as 23. So that was a good audible. I applaud you.
There's another 23, but I didn't want to go there. Not today.
Oh, you want to talk about the GOAT? The real GOAT? No,
no comment. No comment.
We got Red started for sure. We got Red started. All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. As we do it, of course, we got to welcome Reverend Knight Nation, who helps make this show what it is. So feel free to come on in, chime in, let us know that you're tuning in. David Burns, what's going on all the way from Cedar Hill, Texas? I'll actually be in Texas in the Houston area tomorrow night up until Thursday. Maurice Thrower, he's excited that his Miami Heat won that play-in game, and now they will be getting blasted by Boston. What's up, VP? He's ready to slam down the gavel to begin another fire session of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We appreciate you being on time. You've already done Devin Hester, Coach. Don't repeat. Good morning, Horace McLaren III from the Sports Round Table. Man, if you're going to be around for a minute towards the end of the show, man, I'd love to bring you on so you could give us your thoughts about Trae Young. As a matter of fact, if you want to do the 5 for 5 segment with us, let me know, man. Just text me. Let me know. And if you don't have my number, DM me, Horace, so we can put you on if you got some time. That'll be the second half of the show. What's up, Winston? Going on. He says, smash that like button. Yes, thank you so much, Winston, from the eye test. And then the VP said about Christian McCaffrey, who didn't get the ball enough in the Super Bowl. Thanks, Kyle. Go back to Atlanta. A little upset. There you go, Winston. You know the real GOAT. There you go. And then how about Dale Murphy? How about how will we work that 2-3 with it? So that's interesting. All right, man. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
I don't know what some of these Rev Knight Nation guys be talking about sometimes.
Here we go, man. Share this broadcast. Hit that like button like Winston from the eye test said. and we're ready to rock, and we're ready to roll. All right. Appreciate you, man. Here we go. Let's rock and roll, man. Y'all know how we do it. We start this show with our dope, nope, and cope moments for this week. I'm going to call an audible. I'm going to start the dope moments this week because I normally last with cope because I know somebody was going to steal my dope and I don't got a second one. So that's why I'm starting with it. I got a dope on one, Travis Darnaud, baby. Boy, balled out last night, really putting the Atlanta Braves on his back. He did not just hit one home run. He did not just hit 2 home runs, but the brother hit 3 home runs, with one of them being a grand salami. Had 6 of the Braves, 8 RBIs last night. So big ups to one Travis Darnaud hitting his first 3 home runs of the year in one game. And thank you for taking out the defending champs last night. I love it. I love it. I love it. So Travis Darnaud gets my dope moment.
Excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Coach, what are you doping on, sir?
Reverend Doctor, I'm going to go a little further. I'm going to go down to the sunny state of Florida with one Jock Caglione, who has tied a record for hitting a home run in 9 straight games for his team, Florida Gators. He tied it last night and poised to set it today if he can get one of them fastballs to come down the middle. He's going to try to break the record. So my dope moment goes to Jock Caglione, Florida Gator. 9 home runs, 9 straight games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty dope. All right, Red, what you doping on?
I'm doping on the ESPN versus TNT feud. One Kendrick Perkins decided to mouth off this week to the TNT. Oh, my bad, y'all. I forgot y'all doing location. Coach, you went to sunny Florida. Let me come back up to Atlanta, Georgia in the TNT studio. But yeah, I guess Perk decided he wanted to call out the guys when they said the Knicks weren't contenders. And he said, I guess they ain't watching Knicks basketball. So I guess Shaq and Barkley decided to watch one particular Knicks game where Perk pretty much got dominated, got dunked on 3 times, and pretty much had a bad game and pretty much told him, yeah, we saw that game. And then Barkley ended it by saying 5 points a game and you going to call me out. So much props to the ESPN and TNT guys getting this little feud started. Now we got rap, hey coach, we got rap battles this week, and now we got media battles and ESPN TNT feud. So I want to say dope for all the entertainment battles we got this week, sports and entertainment world, but definitely the ESPN and TNT feud. Keep it up, fellas. This gonna become entertaining. And Perk, watch out now, because you know Shaq and Barkley, they don't have no qualms now. They'll say whatever. So make sure you want to go there if you go there. That's all I'm saying.
Yoo-hoo, baby!
All right. Coach, what are you noping on, sir?
I'm going to stay in Florida, and I'm going to go back to the Florida Gators. Because even though Jock Caglione is in 9 straight home runs in 9 straight games, his team ain't helping him. They 19-19, and they not helping him. And the manager said it's a good record. It's a shame that he have an incredible year and we lost and we not helping him. So my note moment goes to the rest of the Florida Gators. You got a guy hitting like that, and y'all just 19-19, and you done lost 3 straight games, I believe. Come on now. He needs a little help. He can't win it by himself. Unlike Reverend Doctor's guy, Travis Darnaud, who won by himself. They're not helping the young fella. So that's my note moment.
Oh, come on!
All right, Red, what are you noping on, sir?
I'm I am open on one Leotis Tarvaris for the Texas Rangers. Leotis, now come on now. You got the young kid, Jack Leiter, on the mound. You know, his pops is in the stands. You know, the Al Leiter family. Everybody excited for the young kid, young prospect, one of the top prospects in baseball. Jack Leiter get his first MLB start. Out there dealing. I mean, striking them out, putting them, sending them down. Get in a little trouble in the fourth inning. Got a couple of people on base. A couple of more come up the bat. He sit them down. And he's about to get out of the inning. And boop, routine fly ball. Leotis gets up under it and drops it. Just go right over his head. Come on, Leotis. Help the kid out, man. The whole Leiter family just disappointed. Leiter can't believe it himself. Like, oh my God, I was almost out of the inning. Help me out, Leotis. I tell you, man, this Leotis coach, this is probably the worst Leotis since Fred Sample, Uncle Leotis, sent him to St. Louis to bury him with $1,500, man. Leotis, come on, man. Help the kid out. Note to you for dropping that fly ball and then get young Jack Leiter out of the inning. Come on, man. Texas Rangers, champs. But you can mess up the day, Leotis, for my Braves. We don't care about that.
You've got to be kidding.
All right. I'm noping on this version of the Atlanta Hawks. Blow it up. We'll talk about it in just a minute. They're worse than they finished worse than they did last year. The improvements didn't improve too much, and drastic changes need to be made expeditiously. I'm going to push the pause button since we're talking about that a little later in the show. And before we go to our Cope Moments, Reverend Knight Nation, feel free to put in your dope note and Cope Moments in the chat. Rev, what are you coping with?
Oh, me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm coping with Zion's injury history. I mean, Lord, Zion. I don't know what's going on. Even when the brother do bad, he mess up. When the brother do good, he mess up. I mean, he's been doing good all season long. Lost some weight, playing ball, doing everything the Pelicans needed him to do. Playing game come, just showing out, pretty much taking the game over. He's looking like a young mini LeBron out there. Using that side in the paint, 40 points, dishing the ball, rebounding the ball. And once again, Zion comes up lame. Hamstring injury, out indefinitely. Pelicans going on once again on crunch time game, a game they need them, finna make a playoff run, and once again, they don't have their guy. So Pelicans, once again, have to keep coping with this Zion up and down, roller coaster, mysterious career. But hey, we have seen little snippets of it, but maybe it's just not enough.
Biscuits.
I'm coping with the fact that we may have arguably one of the most lackluster number 1 versus 8 matchups in NBA history, with the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against a Zionless New Orleans Pelicans. Shai Alexander is a star. I don't necessarily want to call him a superstar. He doesn't move the needle when it comes to fans watching it. That's why I'm just going to keep him on the star level. Superstars move the needle when it comes to viewership and fandom. And I am not looking forward to a 1-8 matchup between OKC. Congratulations to them being the number 1 seed, but then playing against a Zionless New Orleans Pelicans team to Red's coat. This series definitely needs the star power of Zion Williamson to get more eyes on that particular playoff series. But nevertheless, it's NBA playoff time. Congratulations. Sure would have wished the Denver Nuggets could have moved to that number 1 seed. so we can at least have some more star power in the 1-8 matchup. But we're gonna get all the star power we want at 8:30 tonight, watching the Lakers versus the Nuggets, and not much star power when we have to watch OKC against the Pelicans. So that's what I'm thinking about. Coach, so you, brother, what are you coping with?
I'm coping with the Porter family. And if you don't know who the Porter family is, you got John Tay, who got suspended and kicked out the NBA for gambling. Now the latest thing is his younger brother, the younger brother Coben Porter, who got sentenced to jail for a wreck that he caused by running a red light.
While intoxicated.
While intoxicated, exactly. Michael Porter, I guess right now you the only sane one, but we don't know how long that's gonna last. If y'all lose the series to the Lakers, we may add you to the list, unfortunately, because you might be going crazy or something going on where you losing your mind. They got problems. That family got some issues that they got to work through. Maybe, like I said, the only thing Michael Porter can do is play basketball and stay away from all the madness. And but right now, that family is in serious disarray. So they're coping with the Porter family right now. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate what's going on with the Porter family right about now. All right, Reverend Night Nation, we're coming your way to check out your Dope Nope and Coach real quickly. What's going on, bro? Dana Johnson. What's up, Dante Armstrong? And Dave Burns says, in Ghostbusters Frozen, Empire is out now. All right. The VP said Red Rose is worried the MLB would drug test that kid with the 3 homers. Red's been a little worried about Ozuna too. He think Ozuna on that juice. Winston Thorne says, dope. Caitlin Clark signing to Nike. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get those 7 figures too. David Burns said, I agree with Red. I did hear about Kendrick talking smack about other players for a guy that only scored 6 points in his career. You mean average? Now he scored more than 6 points. Shouldn't be talking with anyone. That's why he's sitting behind a desk on ESPN for a reason. Maurice Thor doping on Angel Reese and other ladies that were drafted into the NBA. They got next. The VP doping on 2.4 million viewers watched the WNBA draft on Monday, most in league history. W, please don't lose this lightning bottle opportunity. I know that's right. Maurice Thrower, nope to the Reverend Doc for not contacting me when I was in Philadelphia earlier this week. Man, I was in revival, man. I'm sorry. I apologize, man. You know, next time. Winston Thornton open. Hero going 9 for 27. Swinging on Butler. Missing. And Butler said 9 for 20. That's a true story. That was reported.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's pretty clever, man. He's pretty clever.
I thought that was fake.
David Burns said, wait a minute, hold up. I know Red ain't talking about my World Series champions, Texas Rangers. Atlanta still don't brave enough to get a championship. They won the championship 2021, man. Come on. It ain't like it's been 50 years now. Stop it. They won in 2021, bro.
It ain't like we went 50 years real without winning one. Like,
right. You would think the Braves hadn't won one since 1995, you know. They have won one in this decade. Come on now. Stop it. Horace is noping on Duke basketball, losing 7 players to the portal. Shai will have to adjust to this new wave of CBB. Yep, he does, but he still got about 3 or 4 studs.
Oh, man, he got some big time.
They got the top stud coming in named Cooper Flag. So I don't think he's suffering too tough.
No.
But that you know, I think some of those guys left because of what he got coming in, to be honest. All right. VP say nope, John J. Porter. What? The H, bruh, clowning out here. Calvin Ridley is willing to bet that Jonte has successfully thrown his NBA career away. I love that one. Love that one. Winston from the eye test, coping with U.S. men's basketball leaving Kyrie off the team. Do y'all, from what y'all know of, do you take Kyrie over Halliburton?
Man, get what's the name of the team? Kawhi. He ain't worried about the playoffs. He don't even worry about no NBA basketball. Bye, Kawhi. Sit your injured butt down.
I will say Kyrie had a good point in terms of how they don't compete for the spots anymore. That's what they used to do. Now, to be fair to the USA Olympic team, they did not compete when they put the Dream Team together. They already assigned those guys.
Yep.
Because Magic and Bird, had they had to truly compete, they might not have made it because they were outside of their prime by then. So to USA Basketball's credit, they did start their history with just assigning who's on the team, and they started competing later on. David Burns said Travis hit a grand slam home run, and the Braves think they did something.
They beat Texas.
They do have the best record in the major leagues.
Texas kind of won something. They've been winning for years.
Yeah, it ain't like they just started winning now. Come on now. Let's remember now, if you are a Texas Rangers fan, you all just started winning. If we're going to be honest about it. The Braves, the Braves have been perennial winners. So let's back up off the Braves now. Are you all a one-hit wonder? That's what we need to wonder, because the year before you won the World Series, you were trash. And you're not doing that well right now. So, let's calm down on Braves talk. Let's not act like the Braves have been there and done that, and they continue to do it year after year.
And let's not forget, Rev, who's the team that got Ron Washington his ring after y'all failed to get him his ring in the 90s with 2 stacked teams. I mean, you could have 2 more stacked teams than those Josh Hamilton teams back in the early 2010s. I mean, y'all had about 6 or 7 all-stars off them teams, and you couldn't get it done. And you had a nerve talk about my Braves, which y'all lucky one-hit wonders. You lucky the American League. Every team in the American League choked it up last year just for y'all to get to the World Series. Whereas when my Braves won in 2021, we went through a gauntlet. I mean, the Brewers, the Dodgers, the Astros, who you guys ducked and probably didn't even have to play. And even if you did play them, they weren't the Astros we played in the World Series. So, David, really, dude, you just talking hot air right now. You're getting laughed at by us. So, knock it off.
And that's the same Braves team the previous year that went to the NLDS and had a chance to go to the World Series. Then they come back, win the World Series, and they lost the last 2 times in the NLDS. But come on now, the Rangers just got to the playoffs and won last year. So let's not act like the Rangers been perennial winners. Let's not do that.
Strange.
Well, at least we're not going to allow that on this show. Let's stop that. All right. Brother Dana says, dope moment. Alex Bourne with 2 3-run homers last night against the Chicago White Sox, the 2-14 team. That's what we're doing, Brother Dana. That's what we're doing, Brother Dana. He's coping with the 76ers and Knicks playoffs, 6ers and 6, noping on all the haters, hating on Caitlin Clark, and she ain't paying no attention to them. I like your nope. You want to get a stronger dope next week. I'm just like, I can't stand the Phillies. That's a Phillies dope. The VP says, Coach, keyboard activist choosing the wrong fight in women's basketball. Bomani Jones called out the clowns who are griping that we are talking too much Clark and not about the 2-time defending champions, Las Vegas Aces. Clark shooting logo threes.
There you go again.
And where women's basketball is at, it's no longer the dunking. Steph Curry helped spur a movement. Clark helped continue the movement. And these keyboard warrior activists want their cake and eat it too. Sit down somewhere. And here's the thing. Come on now. The WNBA has now become interesting to watch the draft and ultimately watch the regular season, because who's coming into the league? Caitlin Clark. She moves the needle. Let's stop this foolishness. And this really by black people. Black people really fueling this thing, in addition to WNBA players. But we got to stop this, because Caitlin Clark is not benefiting off white privilege. The girl can flat out play basketball. Stop. The girl transcended college women's basketball. It does not mean that she's going to transcend WNBA, because if we look back in history, we remember someone like Shamika Hoaxlaw won 3 out of 4 titles playing for the Tennessee Volunteers. She's arguably one of the best women to ever play women's college basketball, but she didn't have a great WNBA career playing for the Washington Mystics. So we can't say she's going to transcend the WNBA, but what we can say is, at least in this season, she's made the WNBA relevant, and she's making them a lot of money. So we gotta back up off the Caitlin Clark hate, because without Caitlin, nobody, not 2.4 million people watching the draft. People ain't buying these WNBA tickets when Indiana Fever comes to town 4 times the normal face value. That's not happening. And the Las Vegas Aces won their championship way before Caitlin Clark was thought about coming to the WNBA, and they still didn't move the needle.
Thank you, Real. Thank you. All these folks bring up. What about the Aces? What about Asia? Excuse me. They've been winning the past 2 years, and folks still ain't watching. They watching now, and it ain't got nothing to do with no aces. It got to do with that ace coming out of college that's in the league now. So we appreciate what the Aces have done. But sorry, they still not moving the needle either.
And Red, hold on real quick, Cole. And Red, check this out. The Aces are choosing to capitalize on Caitlin Clark's popularity, where when they play the Indiana Fever, they're moving their game from their normal 6,000 seat arena to a 10,000 seat arena so they can make some more money on Caitlin Clark. They know the deal.
Right.
They know Caitlin's the cash cow.
The champ. Caitlin Clark got the champs changing their strategy. Whoa, what about the Aces? What about Caitlin Clark, who got the champs? Just move it to her thing, her song, real. The girl got, she got a whip out, just whipping them. Yo, move to my song. That's her. I am the ringmaster. So you're right.
And somebody had the audacity talking about why Aja Wilson ain't got a seven-digit contract. She ain't moving the needle. Nobody denying that she's not a great player, but she does not move the needle. You got to move the needle. You got to bring some cash. This might be the first year where the WNBA might not need to borrow any money from the NBA. Because if it weren't for the NBA, there would be no WNBA.
Real.
They haven't been self-sufficient. The NBA been taking care of their deficits ever since the league has been in existence.
Right.
That's why these salaries talk, it doesn't make sense until this year. This is the first year you can start talking, and it's only Caitlin Clark's salary. Let's be clear. All right? Because she's bringing the viewership. Not Angel Reese. Stop that. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Caitlin Clark is bringing the viewership to the WNBA, period. And it's not because of white privilege. The girl was hands down the best player in college women's basketball, red, black, yellow, white, whatever color. She was hands down. It took an army from South Carolina, an army, to take down Caitlin Clark. South Carolina went 10 deep. It took 10 deep to take down Caitlin Clark. So come on, man. Let's stop the foolishness. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
And I just look at the fact that one thing stood out to me, and I don't need to talk about nothing else. This girl played a basketball game. Her Iowa Hawkeyes against DePaul. Don't nobody care about DePaul women's basketball, but the game drew 56,000 people in a state football stadium.
Yeah.
Now you tell me that girl ain't making an impact in a football stadium, a basketball game against a team that has a losing record, and you get 56,000 people in there? Come on now. Y'all got to be real.
And then here's a drop the mic moment. Why did Ice Cube offer her $5 million and nobody else?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Ice Cube, a black man. Ice Cube said, if I give her $5 million, I might mess around and triple that. He knows that her value. So there are plenty of black players that Ice Cube could have chosen, but he knew they ain't bring no butts in no seats. So let's keep it real. All right, let's move on. Red, I'm like Luke Skywalker, trash talker, and I always got a lightsaber for a hater. All right, that's the Rangers talker. Maurice Thorpe needs college athletes using the transfer portal like a trampoline to jump from school to school. They need to put the clamps on that and put some restrictions on it. I can't deny that. VP said that's a great dope. Dante Clark is the lightning in a bottle that companies, mainly the WNBA, should be cashing in on. VP said the Chicago Sky will feature Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese. FYI, outside of their controversial competitive play against one another for the last couple of years, especially this past SEC championship game, these two young ladies have been competing against one another since they were teenagers. Yeah, that's good. Dave Burns says, my Mavericks over the Clippers in the first round. We'll get to that in just a moment. Winston, you can't include a player on the world team that feels that Paris may fall off that flat world map. That's pretty good. Rangers fans are new. They talking smack now. What's up, Joe Black? What's up, bro, Greg? No doubt about it. Good morning to, as the VP would say, good morning, Mama Wildcat Harris.
Hey,
the VP said facts. Dr. Rev, that's why I call them keyboard activists. It's our people. They need to sit down somewhere, and there he is, Mama Wildcat Harris. I love that name. You guys know how I feel about blackness. This is a fight that our people need to stand behind instead of against. Clark for president.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man, so much.
Maurice Thorpe said the Washington Mystics were doing the same thing. They moving games to the Wizards Arena to play their games. VP said, preach, Reverend Doctor. I'll be saying it in that order. I agree. Angel Wilson isn't moving the needle the way that Clark is moving it. Marketing 101. You can tell folks don't know any better. Winston says CC is a true hooper. Can't take that away from her. She has game and she's selling tickets and jerseys. Marketing wise, she's the best thing to happen to the WA. And that's right. And you know who could have done this? It could have been Gigi. Gigi was going to be the one to do what Caitlin Clark is doing because of the COVID factor. Plus, she had game for her age, and I would imagine her game would have evolved. But we wouldn't have seen anything like this. We probably would have only seen it through Gigi, what we're seeing it right now. And Caitlin Clark is a ball.
I'm upset that Gigi don't get to capitalize on this because by the time she got ready to play, the WNBA would be more popular now with Caitlin and the girls in it than, by the time Gigi got there. And she would have just added to it.
For sure. Anthony Corey says Caitlin flops will bring new rules to the flopping rule. Everyone knows endorsements is how they get.
God. What? Oh, come on.
Anthony. Come on, Anthony, man.
God,
Angel Reese was moving the needle with that slinky outfit. She wore the WNBA draft. I'll tell you that much. She was looking like Grace Jones and Boomerang. That's for sure. Anthony Corey said, when Caitlin plays Angel, that will be a draw. It'll be a draw for Chicago, yeah. But Caitlin's going to be the draw in every game. Go to the Indiana Fever's tickets and see how much it costs to go to an Indiana Fever game at home and then when they play a game on the road.
Yeah,
that's the Caitlin Clark factor.
Yeah. Look up Atlanta Dream versus Indiana Fever ticket. I bet your wallet gonna go right back in your pocket. Like, oh, I'll catch it on TV.
Live by Lover, Dr. Lil Napoleon, Dawn Staley march that Garnett and Black Army against an unbelievable talent. That's why 18.9 tuned in, 24 million at the park. Yep, at the peak, rather. Yep. Cube Smart, the first 5 minutes of that game would be great. Then she'd be sliding to the bench. Man, Anthony Corey, it's clear how you feel about Caitlin Clark. Yes, I'm agreeing with David to disagree, but the Mavericks ain't going so far. And thank you, Stephanie, for tuning in. The Beam was setting GG up for greatness for sure. Chicago Sky and Indiana Fever game will be like any other Fever game. It will be pumped, a massive draw. All right. Thank y'all, Reverend Night Nation, for your comments. And now we're going to move in to the NBA preview. And some of you all have already jumped right on it. The play-in tournament is now over. And now the real games are about to begin. And we have 4 games on the slate tonight. Let me pull those games up right quickly. And we start off at the 1 o'clock hour. We got the Magic and Cavaliers, Suns, Timberwolves, 76ers, Knicks, Lakers, and Nuggets. Let's jump around these series right quick. Let's go series by series. Reverend Night Nation, feel free to chime in what you think. We got the number 6 seed Magic against the number 3 seed Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference. Coach, we'll start with you. What you thinking about that series?
This one, it really might go 7 games because of how close these two teams are in team ability. I mean, you got not superstars, but you got stars on both sides. And it's gonna be close. And I think the home team is gonna eventually pull it out just because of the home court advantage. I'm gonna go Cavaliers in 7.
All right, Coach got the higher seed going 7. What about you, Red?
I'm taking Orlando Magic in 6 games. I'm not too keen on the Cavs right now. It's a possibility that Donovan Mitchell might be out after this year, after this series, possibly after this round. The Cavs, they started out hot, but they kind of faltered down the stretch. I know they still ended up at the 3rd seed, but I mean the Knicks were the 2 seed, and the Cavs were better than them all season long. Like I said, they did good, but they kind of had a mediocre finish. And the Magic, they've been just up and coming and hot all year long. Been really a surprise this whole season. And I like the fact that they extended the coach so they get some stability over there. So I'm gonna take the Magic to shock us and say Paolo Banchero leads his boys to his first playoff series victory, because I like the Magic's future going forward more so than the Cavs' future going forward. Good job by not Bernie Bickerstaff, but BJ. What's Bernie's son? Real, what's Bernie's son name? JB Bickerstaff. Okay, JB. Good job, JB Bickerstaff. But I just don't think your boys collectively can go far, and that's why I'm gonna take the Magic.
So oftentimes playoff basketball deals with experience. Experience does matter. I don't believe any of the guys on the Magic have playoff experience. Banchero's never been to the playoffs. Suggs never been to the playoffs. Cole Anthony. So they still got a lot of the guys, the Wagner boys, and these are their core players. So this is why I'm going to give the edge to the Cavs. Donovan Mitchell has played high-level playoff basketball, especially when he used to play for the Utah Jazz. Last year, the Cavs, as an entire team, made the playoffs. So this is why I'm going to tip my hat to the Cavaliers to win this series in 6. I see them winning this series in 6. I can see the Magic making some noise in the years to come. I think this year will be their experience year, and they're going to take a licking, but they'll keep on ticking after this year. So I'm going to go ahead on and go with the Cavs in this particular game. Let's see what Reverend Nation has to say. Anthony Corey, Lakers win, Mavericks losing series, Orlando wins series, Denver win it all. He just summed it up in one post. Coach has a point as these two teams are evenly matched, but I got Orlando in 6. Magic going to shock the world. Have to put some respect on the Magic. So underrated. Anthony don't want to wait for us to get to these series. Knicks first round exit. And Stephanie, you agree with what in particular, if you don't mind sharing? All right, on to the next game, next series. Suns versus Timberwolves, the 6-3 matchup in the West. Red, what are your thoughts, man, about this series?
Well. Minnesota, you fell down to 3. You could have been 1. I wish you were 2, but now you're 3. And you're playing the Phoenix Suns. Have we had any word? Is Cat coming back? Is he gonna be?
He's back.
He's back for this series. Okay. Oh man, real. This is one that possibly can go either way. Home field, home court advantage is possibly gonna play a key. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go out on the limb and I'm taking the young boys again. I'm gonna take Ant-Man and his Timberwolves to beat the Durant and the Booker, Beal, boring. I mean, put me to sleep, Suns. I mean, all that star power, and I promise you, man, they are boring, man. I guess because Frank Vogel over there, he don't put his old boring style. No, I'm just messing around. But Phoenix, they did their thing down the stretch. They won enough games just so they can avoid the play-in. But that's all they're going to avoid because I think the Minnesota coming, Ant-Man is coming. And I like the way Minnesota plays defense. That coach, Chris Finch, I think he got those guys playing top-notch defense. They were one of the top defensive teams in the league this year. And like I said, I think Ant-Man just is his time to shine. Durant, you don't have plenty of opportunities to do it. Once again, you facing another first-round exit by yourself without Golden State and Westbrook protection. And Booker, well, we always know what you've been by yourself. I mean, before Chris Paul got there, y'all wasn't doing anything, and you ain't really done much since he left. And Bill, we ain't even talking about you staying on them perennial losers for years in Washington, and now you think you're going to come to Phoenix to make some noise? Not this year, baby. Got Ant-Man first round. So sorry, Minnesota in 5. 5 games, baby. They gonna beat you at home because you ain't gonna even get one in Minnesota. You'll possibly get one in Phoenix, maybe. But Ant-Man gonna close it out in 5 and get ready for the next round. Minnesota in 5.
All right. Man. I'm gonna go with your Minnesota pick, but I'm gonna give at least the Suns 6. I don't think Phoenix will be able to match up with Minnesota's size. That's where I think the game is going to be won. They finally, in Minnesota, were able to get Rudy Gobert and Cat to be able to play alongside with one another. Now, it will be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Frank Vogel makes in this series. I think one good move that he could possibly make to favor Phoenix is have KD play more 4, so that could possibly neutralize Minnesota's size. So they may have to be forced to take one of their bigs off the court. So look out for Kevin Durant playing more of a 4 rather than 3 in this series. But one thing that I think is bound to happen between one of the big 3 in Phoenix is one of them going to get hurt. That's what their history is. Somebody's going to get hurt, either Bill, Booker, or Durant. All of them are injury prone. And I think this is the series that if Ant-Man is ever going to leapfrog to be a superstar in the NBA, this is the series that can catapult him into the top ranking players in this league. So I'm going to go Minnesota in 6. What says you, Coach?
I agree with your 6, Red, because overall the Timber Puppies got the talent edge. And you never can discount Kevin Durant in any series because he's one of the best shooters in the game. He's subject to go for 50 at any time. But a lot of it's going to hinge on Karl Anthony Towns. Is he ready to come back? Is he feeling up to it? You know, Anthony Edwards is about to put his stamp on the playoffs because he's at that point where he's right at that edge between star and superstar. And a lot of people saying face of the NBA, they're starting to get ready to attach it to him, and he's enjoying it. I'm glad he's speaking better. But it's going to be that little edge, and I just don't trust Bradley Beal. I wouldn't trust Bradley Beal to go to the grocery store for me. I just don't trust him. One day he'll score 30, then he'll score 5, and then he'll be looking around like, well, they didn't give me the ball enough. You shot 15 times and made 3, Bradley. Come on, you didn't help your team. So I say Timber Puppies in 6, just like you did. I'll give these 2.
All right, let's see what Revenite Nation got to say. We made our picks. So we all are going with the Timberwolves?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see what the Revenite Nation has to say about it. Hold on. Let me get my spot in the comments. Here we go. David Burns got a kick out of your Timber Puppies. All right. Anthony Corey said Durant needs Steph. Steph needs Durant. I don't know if that's accurate. Didn't Steph win 3 championships without 2 championships? Yeah. Without Durant, won like 2 years ago without Durant. So I don't know if he needs him too tough. Horace says this will give Ant-Man a chance to really climb the ladder. Agree.
Yeah.
Maurice Thor says Minnesota's a team that will be watching during the playoffs. T-Wolves in 6. VP says Tim's take this one. Ant-Man is becoming more and more the face of the league. Whether Silver likes it or not, Kid has emerged. He and Cat about to deliver. And Dave Burns says they will be put out soon. Book about to book his Cancun vacation soon. Trey Doncic will be left behind like Kyrie's flat world.
What they got to do with this?
All right, I got you, Cars. Stephanie says, well, wow, David, you are very honest. David is so hilarious. Maurice Thor said, that's what I'm talking about. Why is Silver throwing shade to Minnesota? That's a team that's come up, and his ignorance towards them is quite obvious. That's not cool. VP said KD should sign a nil deal with Dak. If they can wave them buckshots, then their stock will go through the roof. White people will be out here wearing wave caps. Phoenix will lose this series. Coach says something that was very funny. Timber Puppies. Alexis Hill says Timberwolves in 7. Anthony may be confusing KD with Klay Thompson. Durant should have stayed. And Red is on the set, chiming in on Revenite Nation. All right, here we go. On to the next series, which will be the Sixers versus the Knicks. I'll start this one. It all comes down to the health of Joel Embiid.
Yep.
If he's playing with one leg, the Knicks win this series in 5 or 6. If Joel Embiid can play with 2 legs, the Sixers win in 6. Period. Joel Embiid's health will be the difference. The Knicks have absolutely nobody who they can match up with to put against Joel Embiid. Also, the Sixers went and got more athletic. This is not the same Sixers team were Harden last year. They got athletes on the perimeter. They got some shooters on the perimeter. Shake Milton, Buddy Hield, Nick Batum, who went crazy in the play-in game the other night. So if Joel Embiid is healthy, the Sixers win this series, and they might even mess around and go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And then that's where the buck will stop, because I think they're going to get killed by the Celtics. But nevertheless, I got the Sixers, if Embiid is healthy, in 6. Coach, what says you?
Well, going into this series, everybody can readily admit that the Sixers are the most scary 7 seed in NBA history. You got to be legit scared of them because they are dangerous. They got Joel Embiid. Now Joel Embiid has come back and they are 31-8 since in games he's played. And the Knicks gonna throw Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein at him. But and they play decent defense, Hartenstein, Frankenstein, whatever you want to call him. He give you good minutes. But Joel Embiid, like you said, so goes him. Jalen Brunson, this is the time that you have something to prove, and that might be the downfall for the Knicks, him playing like he got something to prove by trying to win this series and may try to take over by himself. And I don't know. He's been playing lights out, should be in consideration for a lot of awards. I'm going to say by my fingernails length, Philly in 7.
Philly in 7. All right. Red, what you got, man?
Coach, I disagree with your sentiment that the Sixers are the most scary 7 seed. All right.
Oh God, no, okay, go ahead.
But anyway, Rev, I think I'm gonna take your take on it and just agree pretty much with what you said. Because this is probably my OKC and New Orleans series in the East to me, because it's pretty much if Embiid is healthy, Sixers win. If he ain't healthy, Brunson wins. So I mean, simple as that. But the Sixers have a little bit more firepower than the Knicks, though, because the Knicks, they pretty much depending all on Brunson. It's Brunson or bust with the Knicks, whereas the Sixers, you still got Embiid, you still got Maxey, you still got Tobias Harris, you still got Batum any given night, Melton, Buddy Hield, I keep forgetting he's over there now. So you got people that can possibly have unexpected good games, not multiple games in the series, but maybe one game here, one game there. I mean, Buddy Hield come in and maybe go 6 for 7 from the 3-point line and give 20-some points, and that make a difference in one game. Nicholas Batum, you see how his hot streak made a difference in the play-in game. So what I'm saying is the Sixers have more guys that can make a difference, where if Jalen Brunson don't have a good game, Knicks ain't winning. I don't see Hart blowing up for 30 or 40. I don't see one of those other guys from the Knicks dropping 20 or 30. If Brunson don't play well for the Knicks don't win. Embiid can come out and have maybe 15 or 20 points, and Maxey can go hot for 30 or some points. One of the others can go hot for 20 points. Somebody off the bench can get hot for a few threes. So the Sixers have more firepower, but Embiid's health is a factor. So like I say, Rev, Embiid, I'm taking the Sixers in the series because the Sixers are just a better team, I believe, because with Randall's injury, the Knicks are a little undermanned. And I'm going to take the Sixers in 6 games like you.
I like that. All right, gentlemen, let's move on to the next series where we got Reds Lakers versus the Nuggets. Coach, we're going to start with you on this one, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. Before you go, I didn't talk about Revenite Nation. Please forgive me. The VP said Joel Embiid is the key. He says 1 wheel or 2 wheels will determine the fate of the series. Anthony says Sixers might gentlemen sweep them. That's in 5 games. Maurice Thor says Nicholas Batum has reached his ceiling. The Knicks will go as far as Jalen Brunson will take them. I got the Knicks in 7. Sounds like some sour grapes from the Heat fan. Knicks need to get out quickly. Brunson good, but that Knicks team ain't ready for the Sixers. Horace says, I like the Sixers and Embiid is key, but low-key, Tobias Harris has a chance to really earn his money. Batum will be big as well. Alexis Hill just says, I ain't got a whole bunch of commentary. I'm just saying Knicks in 7. Randall is on the team, but he's hurt. Corey, Anthony. Morris Throw, by the way, Jalen Brunson should have been named to the Liberty. Hold on, let's slow our roll now. I think he's a prime candidate for NBA MVP, to be honest. We need him to put a couple more years to go. That's right, Red. Very good point. Whatever Red said. Like what Red said, that's facts. All right, man. Red, you got some people shouting your praises. Coach, now give us your pick.
You're looking at a series. You got Anthony Davis starting the year off saying, yeah, we want to get back at them for what they said and what they did. Then you got LeBron staying kind of low-key, talking about, it's a series. You got Mike Malone doing his chirping at the beginning, talking about what they did to the Lakers. Now, the bottom line is going to be, the stars, LeBron, AD, the stars for the Nuggets, Murray and Jokic. But I want to see if anybody is going to low-key stop Aaron Gordon, who somehow finds his way in there to make some noise some kind of way. He don't score a lot, but he does a lot other stuff defensively. He's a beneficiary of some of Jokic's passes, who still can't jump over a flat penny. But hey, Jokic still played the game like Drago. He like just a robot. So can the bench of the Lakers overcome the bench of the Nuggets? They got the advantage, but can they come off and do something? You got Dinwiddie, who has not been a big factor, but he can score. He can explode. So you got a lot, but I just think that you got not the Nuggets. You got Davis and LeBron, who played more games this year than they done played in the past couple of years, both in the 70s. So will fatigue catch up with them in the playoffs? They got to kind of spread out. They play Saturday, Tuesday, and Saturday, which is good for the Lakers because now you got them. They get rest. They spread it out. It's not play a game, then got to come back a day later and play a game, then come back and play a game later. They got to kind of spread out, so that should help.
Coach, can we get a choice? You about to put the first thing, Coach.
Whoa, Red, please don't say anything. Long as your monologues go, oh my God, don't you ever say anything about people going long.
Well, hold on, it was Rev the one that stopped you, not me. What you talking about? It's both feeling like this.
No, your face.
Don't try to take it out on me because Rev stopped you. Don't try to take it out on me. Don't try to take it out on me because Rev stopped you now. That's obviously we both feeling like this.
Your face expressions over there like,
Don't let my facial expressions. Rev said something too, so obviously we both feeling like this. What are you talking about? Try to single me out.
Nuggets is 6.
Nuggets is 6. All right, thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. Rev, who you got, man?
Thanks, Rev, for saving us for storage. I'm not serious, dog. I got the reverse of what Coach said. I got my Lakers in 6. But the key to this series, Rev, is what I said earlier this week. Is like Coach said, it's definitely gonna come down to the others. Yeah, I think the stars will show up. It's gonna come down to the others of the Nuggets or the others of the Lakers, and also it's gonna come down to coaching decisions. Personally, I don't feel that Lakers, Ham should play AD straight up on Jokic, definitely playing defense. I feel we possibly would have a chance if we played the Nuggets how we played them in the bubble. People forgot Lakers played the Nuggets in the bubble and beat them going to the championship. Why? Because we had Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee to pretty much handle Jokic while AD was beasting at the 4. So why the Lakers haven't tried this strategy again, I have absolutely no idea. Why are you going to waste AD on defense on Jokic when he would be better off using Hayes or maybe Hachi against Jokic on defense and let AD breathe a little bit? So I'm kind of anxious to see the game plan of how we're going to handle, keep Jokic, contain Jokic. But like I say, Lakers, you can't let Murray go off. You can't let KCP go off. You can't let Porter and his crazy family issues and Aaron Gordon come in there and go off. If you're going to let Joker eat, you got to keep them other guys in check. And your other guys have got to go out too. D'Lo, Austin, hey, this is the series now, especially on you, D'Lo. You disappeared last year. We need you to reappear this year. So Lakers in 6, pending that my others step up more than they did last year. And we have more clutch fourth quarters than we did last year because we was in every game last year, Rev. We just choked it up in the fourth quarter. Come fourth quarter, we just lost our bearings a little bit. But if the Lakers play their game, play like they've been playing the last month of the season, and actually play like that against Denver, we got a chance. But the others have got to step up. Our defense has got to be on point, and you can't waste AD on Jokic for the entire series, or I'm telling you, he's going to wear down and he's going to be useless. So Lakers in 6, pending everything I just said. LeBron, AD, time to step up, baby. Lakers playoff basketball. Let's go, purple and gold. Woo!
I'm going to agree with Red in terms of what the others are definitely going to be critical to the success of this series, especially for the Lakers. Now, to what one point the coach made to combat the point that Red made about the Lakers beating the Nuggets in the bubble, I don't think Aaron Gordon was on that team. So that's made the difference for the Nuggets, putting Aaron Gordon at that 4. I believe you're definitely correct, Red, in terms of not wasting AD on Jokic. He don't want none of that action. Jokic is too strong for him, and he wears him down. And that was the key for the Lakers in the bubble when they had Dwight Howard, bigger, stronger body, making life miserable for Jokic. So I think the Lakers got to give a heavy dose of Jackson Hayes, Hashimura, and maybe one other big to be able to slow down Jokic. I think one player the Lakers need in this series that they don't have, that they had last year, was Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder is a much better defender. And the reason why D'Lo struggles in this particular series is because Jamal Murray is the second scorer for the Nuggets. D'Lo is not a defender. And I think Jamal Murray goes crazy, and you don't have that Dennis Schroeder type player to slow Jamal Murray down. Jamal Murray will probably get everything that he wants and then some in this particular series. And that's why, as much as I would like to see the Lakers advance, I don't see them advancing, even though I'll be happy if they do advance. But I got the Nuggets in 6 because Jamal Murray will be the X factor. They have nobody who can stop Jamal Murray. And we already know Jokic is going to get his. And the bottom line is LeBron and AD almost going to have to play perfect, along with the others playing perfect, in order for them to win. Now, I will say the Nuggets are a lot more, they're weaker than they were last year, because that Brown guy did a whole lot for them in the playoffs last year. So their bench is a little weaker, but as long as you have Jokic, they still have a chance to get the job done. All right, we're going to see what Revenite Nation got to say. Corey says Denver taking it all. LeBron may show out, but they need Anthony Davis to show up again. VP says Lakers will have to play the series of their lives. Is AD going to show up, or will we be calling him street clothes by the end of the series? Russell Reeves, Braun, they have to be on it, doggone it, or else the Joker and company moves on next round. Chicken Nuggets in 6. Maurice says Denver will avalanche the Lakers in 5. The Caruso pair, Rivers is also a factor. Lakers need to go. Denver will get this game, or you mean series too, I'm sure. I was going to cue the Jeopardy, think music as coaches.
That's 3, Coach.
The Lakers might give them a good series, but Nuggets at 6. Coach, happy that Roscoe has been on that wheel working double time.
Don't you ever talk about Roscoe.
Giving Coach unbridled access to the World Wide Web. Horace says Denver has experience. Murray can't afford to have an off series and MPJ playing with stress. That is a good factor. I knew Red was going to say the Lakers. Stephanie said, we forget about Anthony Davis. Playoff D-Lo will be there 8 points. Wow.
Anthony, I swear. Yeah, what Trey doing, Anthony? Now shut up.
Horace said, oh, yeah, Denver will miss Bruce Brown. Thanks for giving me his first name, Horace. And David said it's because Red, the Lakers end up getting tired in the fourth quarter and end up come back, but it'd be just too late for them because the Lakers get burned out and their bench need to come through to save the team. All right. And Dave Burns liked Maurice Story when he said Avalanche. All right, on to the last series for this day. Do we need to spend much time? I know Maurice Story wants to at least give us five. He want to leave. He want to make this a series now. Now he said that the Sixers are going down.
Talk about an avalanche.
Yeah.
Yeah, while you talking about Reese, my team ain't the only one that's facing an avalanche.
Especially without Jimmy Butler. Now, I want to see Maurice Thor's prediction right here. This will let us know if he's like Coach and can't be objective. Because, Coach, in your football season, Coach going to find a way to pick the Steelers, no matter what. The whole team could be hurt. Well, I heard the replacement players have been practicing. Oh, so we're going to see Maurice go throw a coach here, knowing all that firepower the Celtics have and the Heat don't have Jimmy Butler. So, Red, give us your announcement. Mine's going to be real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Rev, I'm with you. I'm really interested in Maurice Thrower's selection of this series after all the trash he just got finished talking about my Lakers finna face a tsunami, an avalanche, an earthquake. Man, every national disaster you can name, Maurice Thrower say my Lakers have facing. Well, dude, your Heat about to face extinction, disappearance, cancel, terminated. This series is over before it begins, Rev, okay? No Jimmy Butler. Man, please. Jimmy Butler gonna have more action on that bus after the game than he gonna have in this series right here, man. Now, I called Jason Tater Tots in the clutch, but man, he gonna be Jason Hot Potato in this series, Rev. Because he's gonna be hot potato. Just gonna be passing threes and then passing them over to Jaylen Brown. He gonna be hitting threes. So you see that avalanche, Maurice? The Celtics in 4 games. They're going to end it on the Miami Heat floor. You're going to go home. You're going to be embarrassed. And all you're going to be doing is posting your post-game meal after this sweep. That's what I want to see. I want to see your post-game meal after this 4-game sweep. You understand that? Your Heat will be home long before my Lakers will be home. I promise you that. So enjoy the beach. Enjoy the vacation. Rev up the jet. Get ready to go to Cancun, Maurice, because your Heat will be there in 4 games. Book it.
All right, Red got them in 4. I got the Celtics in 5. And the reason why I'm going to say 5 is because, one, I think Eric Spoelstra is a great coach. He might be able to manage one in Miami. And then 2, the Celtics are known to lose a game that they have no business losing. So that's why I'm going to give them 5 games beating the Miami Heat, because the Celtics could be up 3-0 and then they'll get real lackadaisical, get real reckless with the ball and give the game to the Heat. So I'm looking for one of those games to happen. So I got the Celtics in 5. Coach, what you got?
Yeah, Maurice probably sitting somewhere talking about, did you see Jaquez play last night? What a game. Did you see Tyler Hero? Wow, we got confidence. Man, a Hero ain't nothing but a sandwich against the Celtics, baby. Celtics may win. Yeah, it might be 5. Just for the heck of it. They might just have a night off where they can rest everybody and sit down and give one game. It ain't gonna be any miracle in Miami like they beat Milwaukee last year. So Celtics in 5.
All right. Antonio Henderson said, Red, looking like old boy from the 5 Heartbeats. Tell them what your hours are, Red.
9 to 5, baby.
Anthony Corey said Tatum will disappear, but Butler health is a factor. You got to be acting like it's April 20th year round if you think Miami got a chance. Boston already game plan for the next series. That's what Horace said. Maurice Thor said, unlike Coach, I'm a realistic person. We'll have a gentlemanly exit after 5 games. There, I said it.
You wouldn't have said it.
Maurice Thor.
You wouldn't have said it if Rev didn't call you out. You wouldn't have said nothing. You would have tried to come up with a win.
David Burns says the Heat will toast the Celtics and set those leprechauns on fire. So I might as well get ready to make s'mores out of it. The Celtics.
Sorry, David.
David Burns, I think Stephen A. Smith has a message for you. Stay off the weed.
His last name telling off.
Yeah, Burns. Stephanie said Boston's going to make baked beans out of the Heat. Like it. All right, we got 4 more games. Coach's Clippers, since Westbrook is on it, versus the Mavericks. It's on me. Kawhi Leonard is struggling with health again. That's what the blind man says. If that's the case, then I'm tipping the scale to the Mavericks. Mavericks in 6. There's absolutely no way the Clippers win this series if Kawhi is not 100%. The Mavs got 2 premier scorers. They got guys that are playing well around Luka and Kyrie. And the Clippers, we don't know if we're going to see playoff P or pandemic P. You know, we don't have any clue. James Harden, we already know what his playoff history looks like. And we surely know he's not going to be able to either guard Luka or Kyrie. So he's going to get cooked big time. So give me the Mavericks in 6. Coach, who you got?
Rev, I don't need to follow that over. You just pretty much summed it up. If the Clippers are healthy, I say Clippers in 6. If they not healthy, Mavericks in 6. It come down to health and come down to mental ability. The most stable player on the team, on the Clippers, will be Westbrook. That's because he doesn't miss game and he shows up. Is Harden going to show up? Is Kawhi going to be healthy? Is Paul George going to go 5 for 30? That's going to be the key. If the Clippers are all healthy, I give them a chance against the Mavericks. But if they not, then Mavs move on.
Real, you got, man?
Mavericks in 5 games. You got it. 5 games. This series is going to be over with so fast, especially with Kawhi Leonard not being healthy. If he ain't healthy, man, this series is going to end real quick. I ain't got no faith in Pammy George. I ain't got no faith in Harden. Go to Westbrook, he's pretty solid, but I mean, he just over there by himself. Without his boys, without the big guns, nothing. Dallas got Kyrie, Luka, and a bench full of guys. You got Hardaway coming off the bench. You got that guy who baby mama was on club, Shea Keith Washington or PJ Washington, whatever his name is. He over there. He can help you out. Dallas are finna run through the Clippers and get them on out the way. Like I say, the Dallas, they ended their series not too hot, 2 straight losses. But the Clippers, y'all ended y'all season even worse, 3 straight losses. So neither one of them are balling right now. But like you say, Dallas was resting players in the end, and the Clippers won. So Luka and Kyrie will be ready, and the Mavs are going to shine and just get rid of these Clippers, and you're going to lose going into your new stadium next year, and I can't wait to hate. Goodbye, Clippers. It's over.
Anthony Corey said the Clippers are winning. David Burns said, yes, finally, Red agree with me. Thank you. No Mavericks will get it in 6. Maurice Thor says, I'm a believer in Jason Kidd as a coach. Dallas in 6. Horace says Dallas defense has improved with bigs, which will balance what they have on offense. Mavs in 5. Alexa said Clippers in 7, and it does hinge on Kawhi's health. On to the next game. Coach, Pacers versus Bucks in a 5-4 matchup in the Eastern Conference. Who you got?
In Doc Rivers, I do not trust. It's simple as that. In Doc Rivers, I do not trust. And it's bad enough he think he can coach, but he can't really. And then no Giannis. Hey boy, that's gonna be a bloodbath. Pacers in 5.
Red, what you got?
I'm still not out on Milwaukee just yet. I have to see it to believe it. I mean, is Giannis gonna be out the whole series? I don't know. We'll see. But Doc Rivers, and Dame Lillard and those Milwaukee guys got. I remember Rev saying something about experience earlier. Well, they got a little bit more experience than these youngins in Indiana who just now getting there for the first time, I believe. So I understand why our coach is picking the Pacers because like Milwaukee did not play well down the stretch. But in the end, they still got the experienced coach. They still got the experienced team. And if Giannis even shows up a little bit, they got the experienced championship player. So I know it's kind of probably not smart right now because of the way Milwaukee been playing, but I'm still. I mean, if they're gonna blow it, let me see them blow it completely. I still think they got something to play for a little bit. So I'm gonna take Milwaukee over the Pacers, but barely. I'm saying it'll go 7. I'm gonna give it a 7-game series because I'm not quite sure how much Giannis we gonna get. I don't know if he's gonna miss the whole series. I know they say he's gonna miss the beginning of the series. So I'm gonna give it a 7-game series because I think Giannis will come back and make it a series, even if Indiana starts off high.
I'm gonna go with Coach with the Pacers winning in 6. The problem with the Bucks is their experience is basically not healthy. Giannis is a big part of their experience, which helped them win a championship. He's not healthy. And then we already saw last year how he missed time in the first round, came back, and the Bucks still lost. So this is why I can't put trust on Giannis coming back. They already have chemistry issues. You don't have that great defender on the ball like you did when you had Drew Holiday. Dame is not that guy. He scores more, but he ain't stopping nobody. And Tyrese Halliburton is somebody got to be stopped. And I don't see Dame being able to do it. And I know Pat Bev is going to be an agitator, but Tyrese Halliburton, I think, is going to get off in this series. Another guy who's real big for the Bucks, who has experience but is hurt all the time, is Middleton. And therefore, that's why I can't really put my faith in the Milwaukee Bucks because of Giannis being hurt. Middleton hasn't been the same. He's been hurt. Dame doesn't play great defense. He's going to score you some points, but he doesn't play great defense. And then to Coach's point, Doc Rivers does not make good adjustments. And this series is going to require a certain level of adjustments in order for the Bucks to beat the Pacers. And I like Rick Carlisle as a coach who makes adjustments way more than I do Doc Rivers. So this is why I'm going to give the edge to the Indiana Pacers. Maurice Thrower said if Halliburton can get his weird shooting stroke going, then the Pacers may actually have a chance, but I got Milwaukee in 6. Horace says Pacers win with or without Giannis. Antonio Henderson says Bucks can't win without Giannis. Anthony Corey went on and said, agreed, Coach. Doc will do Doc things. Pacers has talent. Griffin somewhere communing with and laughing at them all. Anthony Corey says somewhere sipping communion wine. Horace said not having Holiday will rear its ugly head. And Joe Black says Glenn does Glenn things. Go Pacers.
Everybody out of Doc, boy.
All right.
This my favorite. This might be the series Doc surprise y'all when he don't even have a full roster and nobody believing in him. Don't even have a stacked team. Watch Doc go out and show out. I mean, that would be the typical Doc thing to do.
Yeah. All right, Red. Pelicans.
Okay, it's on me for this. Well, Rev, I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go with the upset right here. Because I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with the upset. The guy that used to be on my team and how he stepped up the other night. If they can get a little bit out of him.
Talking about Vance?
No, I'm talking about Ingram.
Okay.
Brandon Ingram. See, he's the forgotten guy because Ingram's been hurt most of the year. When Zion decided to take off, Ingram was nowhere around because he'd been hurt. So people probably forgot Ingram was on his team. But he showed you last night. Don't forget about me. I'm here in the clutch. I mean, he was making big buckets down in the clutch for the Pelicans over Sacramento. And I think Sacramento is a more explosive team than OKC. So I'm looking at Ingram, CJ, that kid that went to Georgia Tech, that young light-skinned kid that's come off the bench. Just inspiring everybody. I forget his name.
Alvarado.
You got the tall guy, Murphy. You got also, I think, another tall guy, Herbert, something. Those guys, if you sleep on them, they can be silent killers. And I think I like Willie Green as a coach. I think he probably won more than he should have, especially with all the injuries that he's had. That's the fact that they made it to the playoffs still. Because, like I say, Ingram was a big piece, and they was missing him for most of the season. But Zion stepped up. Now Zion's gone, and we're going to need Ingram to step up. But you still got CJ, an experienced veteran, as the point guard lead the show. You still got a good coach in Willie Green, who's probably a better coach than we all give him credit for. And OKC is still a young and experienced team, but give them credit for winning the West as number one seed because they definitely had a better season than any of us could imagine. Right. But I honestly think that's where it ends just for this season. Much props going forward for OKC, but I think they just come into a team. They got a little something to prove. They was in the playoffs last year, and they got a little something to fight for. And like I said, I just think the Pelicans are just going to be a little smudged better than the Thunder right now. I like Willie Green as a better coach. I like CJ McCollum's experience. I like those young guys with their ability to step up, especially in Zion's absence. OKC, great season. Respect everything you did. I'm just taking the Pelicans in 6.
Interesting. I don't have any faith in this Pelicans team without Zion Williams. I think Zion is the engine that makes the Pelicans go. So this is why I'm going to tip my hat to the Thunder. Even though they're young, the good news is that the Pelicans don't have not that much playoff experience over the Thunder. What I do know is the Thunder, they have 3 scorers. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. Those are 3 bona fide dudes who can put the ball in the basket. I don't see the Pelicans having more than one consistent guy, or maybe 2, McCollum and Ingram. But I think on that perimeter, the Thunder have a better nucleus around the perimeter. So that's why I'm going to go with the Thunder beating the Pelicans in 6. I'm going to give them 6.
Don't be surprised, Rev. This goes 7 games, this series right here.
Yeah. What says you, Coach?
Yeah, I was going to give the Pelicans a chance, but as soon as Zion Williamson limped off the court, I don't give them a chance at all. The Thunder are too good a team. Team being the concept. Brandon Ingram and the most underrated player in the NBA, CJ McCollum, they got to be the one to step up. And I don't see anybody on the Pelicans being able to stop that team concept that the Thunder have. The Pelicans, they decent, but I don't see it happening against the Thunder. The Thunder didn't win almost 60 games for nothing. They didn't get to the number 1 seed for nothing. So this one's going to be a wash. Thunder in 5.
Wow. Okay. I can see that. All right. Going to the comments. Joe Black wanted to go to the other game. Glenn does Glenn things. Go Pacers. Anthony Corey has Thunder. Good afternoon to you, Jerry. Winston said Thunder don't have anyone to match up with Ingram for a 7-game series. I don't know about.
Go Winston. Come on, baby. Come on the red side.
Maurice says, sorry, Rev Rose, you're sleeping on AKC as that's a team that's young, hungry, and they have good chemistry. OKC will give the Pelicans a thunder clap in 5. David says,
man, I bet you this series don't end in 05. I can bet y'all that.
Dave Burns said Thunder will make it rain on the Pelicans. Horror's got OKC.
Okay, y'all are really sleeping on the Pelicans. Did y'all not see how they played against Sacramento without Zion? And now you saying they're gonna just get just booty clapped or just straight dropped by OKC? Okay, I tell you, don't think we're gonna revisit this topic because I think this is gonna be a series.
All right, Alexis Hill says Pacers 7. All right, gentlemen, we got
behind Alexis.
We got the we got the NFL draft. This is what I want you to do real quick. I want you to share things that we need to look out for. Then, Coach, I want you to focus on how you think your Steelers will do in this draft, and Red, how you think your Falcons will do in the draft. All right. So who wants at it first?
I'm gonna let the Steelers man go first.
All right. So what things you looking for in the draft, Coach, and then what you expect your Steelers to do?
Yeah. First of all, they got a conundrum, if you use that big word, at offensive line, guys. You got Barton, you got William Jackson, you got Mims. It's a real toss-up. I don't think they can go wrong picking any of them because they need line help because of nothing else this year. You're going to have to protect Wilson and Fields, whoever's out there. So your line got to be solid. And picking one of those young guys at center is going to start it off right now. Now, the mistake they made was letting Deontay Johnson go so fast and you hadn't filled that wide receiver spot, which I'm disappointed in because you thought you were going to get one of them bigger name players and you didn't get them. So now you got to scramble to fill that wide receiver spot. So I think they're going to look wide receiver in the second round. They probably going to go for a cornerback. Maybe there'll be as a good nucleus of cornerbacks out there, so they'll probably be able to get one in the third or so round, and they're gonna pretty much go mostly defense, I think, with this draft. Well, not so much defense. I'm sorry, offensive line, and try to build that line up to help out because I don't think Washington, the tight end from Georgia, is not gonna be a blocker this year. He's gonna be more used in the offense probably, with Arthur Smith loving the tight ends with him and Freiermuth and Hayward and those guys. So they're going to look for line help this year.
What are your thoughts about other parts of the draft? Quarterbacks, who will be taken first?
Well, Caleb Williams is number one with a bullet, but that number 2 pick, I have no idea what the Washington Commanders are doing in not thinking about Daniels as their number 2 pick and even considering anybody like Drake May or Nix or McCarthy or any of them other guys. That's got to be the dumbest thing in the world. If they bypass Daniels and get one of them other guys, they're going to be continue to be losing. They're going to cost somebody their job. That is crazy that they're thinking about anybody else other than Jaden Daniels as your quarterback. First round might have, and I said might have about 6-7 quarterbacks in the first round. Because I wish the Steelers could get Michael Penix, but he's not going to be available, and we're not going to get him now that Justin Fields is in camp. So we'll see. It's gonna be a surprise in the first round. Somebody gonna make a trade to move up.
All right, Coach has spoken. Red, it's on you to talk about the draft and then what you're expecting from your Falcons. You got it.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about the draft first. I piggyback. I keep going on what Coach was saying. Washington, what are you doing over there? I mean, to have all those quarterbacks come in at the same time. I mean, what's up with that? I mean, and then you wonder why Jalen Daniels is a little skeptical about joining your team. Well, I don't blame him. And honestly, like Coach said, we might have a few surprises and shocks come these first few picks because what I'm hearing, Jalen Daniels don't even want to play with Washington now after this move right here. And the kid is already coming out saying, don't draft me. Well, now that's going to make some definite changes in the draft because everybody was expecting Jalen Daniels to go number 2. If he's still available 3, 4, 5 picks down the line, well, you don't have to anticipate somebody is probably going to get antsy and might want to trade up, or somebody's going to get antsy and might select Jalen as prior to having somebody else on their board thinking Jalen was gone, including my Falcons, which we'll just segue to right now. Because my Falcons, I keep trying to tell Falcon fans, all these Falcon fans, they keep talking about edge rusher, defense, all this noise. You better shut your mouth or you better keep an open mind because you are going to be so profusely disappointed come draft night because everything I'm hearing, everything I'm seeing is me leaning not defense on draft night, unless we trade back. If we trade back, then maybe, just maybe, we'll grab a defensive player I like. If we stay at number 8, Rev, I can pretty much guarantee you the Falcons are not taking a defensive player. There are no defensive players ranked in the top 10. Okay, you might slightly have a cornerback ranked up there in that top 10, but even at number 8, that's still a reach. Things I'm hearing, if Jalen Daniels drop, if one of these receivers drop, even if Michael Penix is there, don't be surprised if that's the Falcons pick. So for all the Falcon fans out there, the key to surviving the first round of the draft is not to wait until draft night to be disappointed. It's to do what me and Rev do. Be disappointed right now. Just already, y'all, they've already disappointed us. The only thing you can do on draft night is surprise us and shock us that you actually took the right pick. So come on to the emotionless Falcon fan mindset. And that is, we are already disappointed right now. Falcons can't do nothing on Thursday night disappoint me, real, because they already have. I'm already setting my mindset up to be disappointed. The only thing the Falcons can do to me on draft night is surprise me. Pleasantly surprise me. Anything else, I won't be surprised because I'm already disappointed. You got it? And that is the mindset you have when you want to survive being a Falcon fan. They say how to survive in South Central, well, how to survive in Falcons Nation. And that is to always be, what they say in real estate, Rev, always be closing. Well, in Falcons Nation, always be disappointed, okay? And that way you save yourself from real disappointment. Got it? Okay. Let Red, the lesson have ended. Red has spoken. Here ended the lesson.
Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. Oh man, I wasn't expecting that take, but hey, it's a wonderful one. Maurice Thor says this draft is rich with O-linemen, and I'm hopeful that my Dolphins could snatch one of them with the 21st pick, one after Pittsburgh. Winston says that would be Dan Quinn doing Quinn-like things to pass on Daniels. Maurice Thor says Washington would be foolish if they pick May. I think he's overrated. VP, the Pats will probably shoot for Drake May. Fitting. I think Jaden Daniels will keep his head up with potentially heading to Washington. Anthony Corey says we're getting a W back or WR on the Falcons.
I think you mean QB, but he probably had to spell
Yeah,
it.
wide receiver QB. Yeah, he corrected it. Terry, the plant footnote, will take a center. That's the surprise. The VP said Dallas Turner or Michael Penix Jr. would be great pickups by the Falcons. Hate to say it, you can't pass on an edge rusher. But if I'm skeptical about Cousins' health, snatch Penix Jr. up real quick. Not in the first round, though. Jerome Case, Red was hyped about the coach, and now he's lost confidence in the coach already.
Hold on. What did I say about the coach? I didn't say anything about Raheem Morris. So get your facts straight. Case coming in here all late. Ain't nobody said nothing about the coach. I'm still on board with Raheem Morris. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, Real.
You called that man out for coming in late. I think Minnesota has their eyes on Daniels or Penix. If Penix is there at the 8th pick, why would Atlanta pass him over? Come on now. I would not draft Penix that high. From what I saw from the national championship game, that scared me. I ain't gonna lie, to make him a first round pick. Red, we not taking a QB at 8 to have a $45 million backup next season. Turn at 8, Latu if we trade back. Horace said we'll see.
Listen, I have no idea where you hearing this Turner stuff from. I'm with you on Latu if we trade back.
We'll see what Terry Fontenot can finally do without Rich. Who's making the picks, Red?
Not the coach.
Falcons need an edge rusher. Penix and Cousins can go to physical therapy.
Yo, Lord.
That was pretty good, Anthony. All right, man. This has probably been one of the longer first halves we've had, but it was a great first half. So now it's halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. Thank y'all so much for giving us your playoff preview picks with us. Also, your NFL draft comments. We got some more stuff to talk about. Our 5 for 5, your Hawks fan. You want to stay tuned. If you're a WNBA fan, Caitlin Clark fan, you want to stick around. But we'll be back with the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show in just 1 second. We'll be right back. Here we go. And we are back for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We gave you a lot of first half action. Look at Jerome K. Said, wow, this is just the first half. Yeah, it is. We had a long one this time. Winston said, I'd rather have Latu personally, but I see us getting turned if we stay put. Anthony Carr says, Laker prediction went through about 7 games worth of comments. All right. Halftime is officially over. Red, get ready. We got a Braves report to give the Rebonite Nation. So get ready, Rev, in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go.
It's game time.
That's right. I'm full chopping. I don't care what you say, Lily Gladstone. I am full tomahawk chopping. If you're the one an Oscar, I'll probably do a half one. But since you ain't no Oscar one, I'm doing full. All right, y'all. Sorry, I keep bringing my entertainment stuff in here. Anyway, Braves report this week. Well, what can I say? Well, I can say plenty. But anyway, record undefeated. Boy, this is way better than last week when we had them Mets and all kind of injury problems. Well, we had another injury this week, but nothing that's gonna stop this winning streak. Isaac went down with a bum toe again. I swear, every time Isaac get hit, no matter where he get hit, he's gonna be out for a while. Elbow out, knee out, toe out. If you get hit in the shoulder, out. If a ball grazes his little earlobe, he'd probably be out. Out. Time. Isaac need a break. Them balls are getting a little too close to comfort. All right, Isaac, we'll see you when you get back. Ronaldo Lopez, boy, what you dealing this week, man? I mean, a .53 ERA. And Alex, I trust with this move, okay? I don't trust you with the whole pitching staff, but this guy right here, good job, Alex. Aaron Bummer, bumming once again, man. Last time we saw you, you gave up a couple of runs in the ninth inning. Thankfully, you didn't lose the game. But dude, we can't have you coming in just giving up these little cheap runs. Eventually, you're gonna do it in a game that's gonna cost us. Knock on wood, hopefully not. But anyway, what else going on? A little D, yeah, like Rev said, Lil D was started off this week, no home runs. Ended yesterday, 3 home runs. Great game, Lil D. We needed that, especially with Murphy still aching and Trump still a little inconsistent right now. But like I say, Braves offense is on point once again. Top of the league in most of the offensive categories, but it's the pitching come to the bottom of the league. Starters ERA, not so hot right now. Team ERA, not so hot right now. Coming to the bottom of the National League, and that is not Braves baseball. But good news is that bullpen ERA, top 4 in all of baseball, top 2 in the NL. The only caveat is the Phillies bullpen edges us out with number 1. Not number 1 when they play us because we destroy them, but still number 1 overall in the National League. Braves number 2, both ERAs in the 2s. So that's good. The bullpen pitching has been consistent. Starters need a little bit more consistent. But we doing things, like I say, 5 straight wins. Rev told you earlier, best record in baseball. With all these problems, I mean, I swear we got problems every week. Still got the best record in baseball. 13-5. I keep telling Atlanta fans, don't you dare compare no Falcons and Hawks to my Braves, baby, because they are the best team we got, and the Falcons and Hawks don't compare. So another good week, Braves. Marcell Ozuna extended his hit streak, 17 games. The Big Bear is going for our 2nd straight National League MVP. Ron Acuna got his first home run this week. I know the home runs are coming, baby. Just keep balling. Not the ERA, but your batting average is looking pretty nice. 286. Austin, I think your hitting streak ended. But like I say, Real, overall, Braves playing Braves baseball. Just need a little bit more consistency from the pitching. Hey, should I talk about Uncle Mo, Coach? Nah, I ain't gonna get on this week, okay? But come on, Braves baseball, chop on.
Coach, your thoughts about what Red said? Anything else that needs to be said?
You just gotta admire the Braves. It seems like their units are on. If it ain't the pitching, it's the hitting. Those guys, I don't know a pitching in Major League Baseball that can get them out consistently and hold them under 3 runs. It's gonna be very difficult the way they hit. Cause just when you get phase 1, and this is one of the few teams I was talking to somebody the other day about bunting in Major League Baseball. And I don't think the Braves do any kind of bunting, moving the run over. Their team 1 through 9, they just hit. And they don't use the bunt at all. They just hit. And this team, again, is going to be dangerous. I mean, you got the Texas Strangers who thought they could come in and say, well, we'll take care of the Braves. Braves showed them your pitching is not that good. We're going to take care of y'all. So it's going to be tough. So Braves are looking good right now. They're the best team in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, the only weakness is the starting pitching. And that dude Lopez seems like he wants to be the second or third best pitcher on the staff. I mean, if he can maintain that for an entire season, the Braves will be good. The Braves are going to be fine. And that's the key is if he can maintain his level of pitching for an entire season, because he's been pitching lights out. He's arguably the ace of the staff right now. I mean, the way he's been pitching. Max Fried, decent. Chris Sale, gonna give up about three runs a game. That's not too bad. The good thing is that the Braves bats gonna produce runs, so you don't have to expect the pitcher to only give up 1 run, 2 runs to win a game, because the Braves got so much firepower. Just like last night. You got Travis Darnall who took over. Then Marcelo Zuna's been doing his thing. Acuña's had a game. Albies, before he got hurt, he was doing his thing. Riley had a good game. Michael Harris, I mean, Orlando Arcia until last night. He been hitting up a storm. And I don't like him in the number 2 slot. They need to slide him back. Right. That's just not him. He needs to see the ball a little bit more before he gets up to the plate. He's more effective at the bottom. And I understand what Snit's trying to do. He's trying to use Michael Harris at the number 2 slot against righties and use Orlando against lefties until Albies get back. But Arcia is just not that guy at number 2. He needs to see more pitches. But, the Braves are really doing –
I'll put Clinic up there in the number 2 spot. Just until Albies get back. And let Harris go back down his regular number 9. Or like you say, put Arcia at number 9. We need somebody that's
normally around 7 or he's around 7, I think, 7 or 8 sometimes. But Arcia needs to be at the bottom rather than top. I think we could try Clinic, but I think they want him to see more pitches and be able to hit behind Acuña. In front of Acuña, so that he can get better pitches to hit. Since he's been struggling ever since he's been in the major leagues. But the Braves have a good hitting problem to have. And if Ozuna keeps on playing lights out, and we haven't even seen the best of Olsen yet, we haven't seen the best of Cunha yet, this thing might get scary. It's just the pitcher. I still think they need to find another pitcher.
Yeah.
They got to find another starter pitcher.
I'm looking at all the last place teams. I don't tripping on the White Sox. Forget them. We already got in the Bummer came. I keep forgetting Bummer came from the White Sox.
Yeah,
so don't bring no more. But Minnesota, they last place team. Now I might look at one of their pitchers. Who's the best pitcher on the Minnesota Twins staff, or any of these last place teams? Because that's what we're gonna need.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable going into the playoffs with this staff. I don't know if I feel comfortable throwing Chris Sale in unless we got like a 2-1 lead. If we need a must win, I'm not sure if I'm happy with Chris Sale right now.
Our bat's gonna have to be on that day because Sale gonna maybe give up 2 or 3 runs.
For sure. What you about to say, Coach?
You didn't even mention Murphy when he come back. You got Duvall who comes off the bench and hits. I don't see anybody. They are too loaded, and just like y'all said, if we can get our pitching staff to come through and hold team down, they gonna score some runs. That's one thing you don't have to worry about this team. They gonna score a run, and again, what they call it, beating a dead horse. Y'all barely mentioned Charlie Moe. I'm gonna tell y'all for the last time.
Coach.
Charlie Moe is going to be big down the stretch.
Big doing what? Giving up homers?
He eats up innings. What's his record right now?
What's his ERA right now?
What's his record, though? Let's go to his record.
Because we got to go by the ERA, man. Come on now. That's what we know what we dealing with. Come on, man. Let Charlie Moe be 41, getting ready to get out the league. Let's not try to hype him up, man. Please.
Coach, to answer your question, he's 1-0 with a 5.29 ERA, and he on the mound tonight. So, speaking of Charlie Moe, he's on the mound tonight. So we're gonna see. Uncle Charlie. And best believe you're gonna see me in red mouth if he don't do his job tonight.
That's my dope moment next week already. Watch Charlie Moe go DO tonight and hold the Rangers down. Braves might score 30 runs, but Charlie gonna hold
all
it
down.
All
right, Coach, let's be fair. What's your over and under of Charlie Moe? How many runs he gonna give up today? Over and under.
Two.
Okay. Real, you say 2. Real, what you say? Charlie against the Rangers tonight.
4.
All right, I'll meet y'all in the middle. I'll say 3.
It's 4, man. Like
Braves, we're gonna need about 10 or 12 tonight, Braves. Come on, Braves, we're gonna need about 10 tonight.
I just pray Sega doesn't bust out tonight.
Woo, boy, Red, him and Semien. Oh my! Did you see those defensive plays Semien was making?
Yeah,
he robbed us about 2 or 3 hits.
Yeah, he's a baller, man. Semien is a baller. Like that joker, he was picking over there at second base yesterday. Goodness gracious. All right, man, let's move on real quickly. And Horace, man, if you out there, come on, bro. We're getting ready to do 5 for 5. So we hopefully have Horace. He's right there. He's ready. From the Sports Roundtable. What's going on, Horace?
Yo, what's happening? Let me cut my phone off. I'm listening to y'all on the phone, but I'm on the computer right now.
All right, man. We appreciate you coming on with us.
I feel
I feel like
I'm on the Oprah show. I done finally made it.
hey, Hart. We feel like that when you coming on our show, like we made it.
We made it, man. Hart's been holding it down. The Sports Roundtable. Me and him been on the crush together, man. Horace is holding it down, ATL style.
Yes, sir, man. I be at the gym on Saturday morning, so I be kind of breaking up, but today they moved my gym time to later. I was like, oh boy, I can talk and listen, and I like Red Praise Report, man. I be definitely be tuning in for that because I am a baseball guy, by heart, and that's why I threw the Dale Murphy thing up. I was just like, throw that 3 in there, and the 2-3. I mean, that's up to Coach. Coach could have came up with another 2-3. It could have been Dale Murphy 3
with Michael Harris
playing center field, and now Michael Harris is taking over. Yeah.
I got you. Well, man, we're glad to have you on the show. Thank you for coming on, doing the 5 for 5 segment with us. This is the part of the show where the panelists, inclusive of Horace, will get the chance to talk in single screen for 45 seconds on the topic at hand, then 15 seconds in group, and then if you go over your minute, you get muted. And then afterwards, we'll take any comments from the Revanite Nation, and then if there's any time left over, we'll come back and talk about whatever's left within those 5 minutes. So we got 5 hot topics. Revanite Nation, while the panelists are talking, feel free to type in your comments because we're coming right to your comments after the panelists have spoken. And the panelists know they don't have to use up the whole minute, but they only got 1 minute to speak and share on that particular topic. So our first topic for 5 for 5, Arthur Blank gets a call from Bob Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots. So what says you, Coach? And okay, I got to do it. There's my cue right there. Cue Lunitz. We cannot start 5 for 5 without Q and Lunitz. Here we go, Mr. VP. Here we go. We're queuing him. Mr. Lunitz is ready. We can now officially start 5 for 5. We're going to start with you, Coach. What you say about Arthur Blank calling, getting a call from Brother Bob Kraft about Bill Belichick. 3, 2, 1, go!
First of all, Bob Kraft has already come out and say he did not make that call. So you got speculation. Did he or didn't he? Unless somebody was tracking it like the FBI, I guess you got to say, we got to prove, Denzel Washington say, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So I got to prove that, see somebody prove that he said it. And if he said it, then Bob Kraft is the biggest piece of garbage walking out there as an owner.
Red, what you got, man?
Wow, Coach. I think I'm going to go 50 Cent power style. Whatever they said, Mr. Kraft said, he said. Okay? No, but man, I didn't know Bob Kraft cared so much. And man, what has become of the Patriots dynasty, man? You got Brady not liking Belichick. You got Kraft not liking Belichick. How did they put up with this guy for all these years? Anyway, Arthur Blank, you should have told Mr. Kraft, thanks, Bobby, but I got this under control over here. I appreciate your concern, but I can run my team my own way. I can make my decisions without you putting in. So thanks, but no thanks. I know who I want, and I know who I'm going to be. Okay? So, like Coach said, there's a lot of denying and what's going on back, but I believe it happened, and I believe Mr. Blank listened to him. I just believe Mr. Blank would actually grow a pair for once in his freaking life. Grow a pair, Mr. Blank, and stop letting all these folks have influence on your team. Done.
Horace, what you got, brother? Go.
All right. Well, I'm not sure if he called him, but it sounds like Robert Kraft is still trying to stay relevant since the team wasn't relevant this past year or the last couple of years. So even if he did or did not call, the relevancy still remains. And based on, but the call wasn't because that's not why Belichick didn't get the job. Based on my sources, Belichick actually lended the Atlanta fan base a favor and told Arthur Blank before he even got a chance to offer the job that there's no way that he can connect with his fan base based on what he's been observing over the last couple of years. And that's why he appointed Mayo to take over the job in New England, because he knew that Josh McDaniels couldn't connect with their fan base. So he kind of did Atlanta a favor. So whether he called or not, I think we got the right guy.
All right, let's see what Reverend Knight Nation got to say. Here it is. Oh, VP said, tighten up, Reverend Dr. Active Brandon. All right, VP said, if the call was legitimate, then type of thing probably happens more than we know behind the scenes. If I'm Bob Kraft, from a perverted standpoint, I would tell Arthur to check the ID of masseuses in Miami. Chris Hansen enters the chat. Jerry says, I'm disappointed Arthur Blank. If he's taking advisement from Bob Kraft, he is a billionaire. He should make his own decisions. Jerome said, I doubt Bob Kraft is a hater to that level. The VP says Belichick knew that Magic City wouldn't name a new flavor after them. Mayonnaise braids.
Oh, Lord.
All right. Any closing comments? We got about a minute and 45 left on this topic. Anybody want to talk a little extra on this particular topic? No.
Like I said, I'm with Horace. I'm glad we made the right hire. Raheem was our guy, and all this other extra stuff about Belichick and all these other hires. We should just put this noise to bed. And we moving on. We got our coach, and we moving on to bigger and better things. Belichick was a candidate, but we made our decision, and it's over with. And I wish they stopped revisiting it or rehashing it, because look, Belichick is not our coach, so stop connecting him with us.
I think Horace made some great points in terms of what his sources told. in terms of the Belichick not being able to identify with our fan base. That was the main thing for me. I mean, that's oil and vinegar on steroids right there. That you just cannot bring Belichick into that kind of urban environment, urban fan base, and say we're looking towards the future. That just doesn't work. Period. All right.
And the thing about it is, you got to give a man credit for recognizing that and knowing that that's because think about it, the last couple of years in New England, you know, this is a time now where can the players play for you? Do the players want to play for you? And a lot of players in New England, they checked out.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you look at Atlanta, how many players checked out, with Arthur Smith here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And because of that, Arthur Blank looked at the fact that Raheem Morris is well respected around the league. The players have spoke out about him, and he knew that if players want to play for him, this is the way that you win these days.
Yep. Good point. All right, on to the next one. Red, you up. Will the Bulls, that would be the Chicago Bulls, be good again? What says you? 3, 2, 1. Go, Red.
Eric, I hope you're watching this. Eddie, I'm not sure if you watching this. Some two Bulls fans I know. And the answer to your question is absolutely not. I've been telling y'all Bulls fans since I was in elementary school, the way y'all jumped on the bandwagon for this guy. When you beat my house, I said, when Jordan leaves, y'all ain't going to have nothing. And he been gone over 25 years, and the Bulls have done nothing, Rev. Nothing. Like Coach Blake used to say, I'm kicking my foot like I'm two. Nothing have they done since Jordan retired. I mean, the last time the Bulls made the NBA Finals was 1998. I graduated high school in 1998, and I've already been to my 25-year reunion. That lets you know how long it's been since the Bulls won a ring, and it's going to be even longer. Do you hear me, Bulls fans? So stop comparing yourselves with these great Lakers. You're a championship team, but you are not up on my level. You hear me, Eric? Not on our level, okay? So when you get another ring, let me know. But you ain't won in almost 30 years, and Rev, it might be another 30 years for that weekend.
Horace, what you got?
Well, I think the question is, will they be good again? They good now. They're not great. And the thing about it is, I mean, let's be honest. They have been a victim of their own success. You got 6 rings. What other team, what Bulls team can you actually put together right now that could even come close to comparing to any of the teams or the legacy that the Bulls have left, period? So the best that they're going to get at this particular point is to be good and to teeter-totter on being great. They probably need to get another superstar now to sell tickets. Maybe Caitlin can get traded to Chicago and play with the men or something like that. That's about the only thing or the closest thing that they can get to being as good or as close to being great as the old Bulls.
Coach, what says you, man?
I believe they will be good again. As long as they got replays of The Last Dance, sure, watch that. You'll see a great Bulls team right there. Hey, you can watch it all day long. You'll see them be good again. They'll be great in those videos.
Coach, with the quote of the day, says as long as we got replay, the Bulls will be good again. Lord have
As long as we got Netflix, The Last Dance on Netflix. They Bulls fans.
Man.
There you go. There you
All
go,
right,
Eric.
man.
I hope you got the Netflix subscription up.
All right, man. Dang, I missed a lot of comments, man, from that last. Let me go back to the Falcons. Billionaires don't move like that when it comes to business. Let's see. All I see here are 2 ancient white men who have no clue about the real world. Bob Kraft, Ninja Sit Down Blank should have never giving Belichick a thought, read the room. Let's go to the Bulls. Jerome said the Bulls will be good before the Hawks become good.
Oh,
Jerry Krause caught lightning in a bottle with MJ and built from there. The organization is run differently now. A European player may need to be their anchor. Laugh out loud, Horace Clark, the Chicago Bulls, not the Sky. No time soon, says Jerry. The Chicago Sky has a better chance of being good before the Bulls. Coach with the mic drop. Hashtag the last dance on replay. Let's move forward, gentlemen, since we've been talking Caitlin Clark. WNBA draft ratings did rise with 2+ million. Now, age-old question is, will the salaries rise? Horace, it's on you, brother. What you got? Go.
Hey, with this Caitlin Clark movement, she's going to have the same effect as the Jordan movement, where Isaiah Thomas said that they were still eating off Jordan marketing and what Jordan did for the NBA. And I think this is what the WNBA, and the NBA needed, because now they don't have to borrow money from the NBA to fund the WNBA. So I think this is going to be awesome. And I think Caitlin can actually pick her salary, because she's going to create so much money for other players. Just, you can look for new TV deals and everything to go on because of this factor. So I think that the movement is right, and you will see bigger salaries coming up these days. The only drawback is, would this mess up some of the vacationing and the international play? If the NBA is trying to get to the international league, will the WNBA try to do the same thing and follow suit? Now, would that mess up some of the international money?
Sorry, I had to do that to you, Horace. Nick, Coach, what you got?
Caitlin is making what, 70 something this year. Next year to go up to 80,000. It's going to increase. No, I'm just playing. There's going to be an increase, but it won't happen anytime right immediately. It's going to be gradual over a few years, and I'll say in 5 years, if this phenomenon goes on with those other girls coming out, plus Clark, plus what you got going on, I say the average salaries are going to move up into the 6 figures. That's the average low salary. It's going to move up to 6 figures for those WNBA girls.
Red, what you got? Red, what you got?
For real, I'm like a man or a boyfriend who's been letting this girl borrow money for a long time. For a relative or somebody, just been borrow money, and now the wallet is closed. Now you can afford to finally pay some of your own bills. It's like real when you're young and graduate college and they got a great job. Okay, now they can stop borrowing money from me. And that's what Caitlin Clark is to the WNBA, Rev. She's like a master's degree. She's like a check. She's like, finally, we got somebody who can help us pay our own bills. And boy, do you have it. Yes, I agree with Coach. The salaries are going to slowly but gradually rise up with the addition of Caitlin and the girls this year, with Juju and Becca and more girls coming next year. And with the rise of just all these basketball futures, things are finally about to change for women's professional basketball. So yes, I agree. The salaries will rise up, not immediately, like Coach said, but gradually and surely. Because, like you say, Rev, ticket sales, jersey sales, all of that, and then even TV deals is gonna matter. And all because of CC Caitlin Clark. You might well nickname her CC Cash Cow.
All right, gentlemen. Red got it in just before he got muted.
I was trying to hurry up.
But yeah, I think Coach's take is spot on, man. We won't see the immediate increase because we got to also see if what is going on is sustainable. See, that's the key, because we see that Caitlin Clark is bringing in the money early on. The question is it sustainable? It's almost like the Tiger Woods effect. Tiger Woods brought bigger purses to the PGA Tour. That's because his greatness was sustainable. He wasn't a one-hit wonder. So that's why if these WNBA women are smart, they should want Caitlin to be balling out, because Caitlin's balling out allows them to get more money in the future. So I thought I'd throw that in for just a little bit. All right, gentlemen. The Warriors lost. Is the dynasty done? Will there be a breakup in San Francisco? Coach, what says you, brother? Go.
Let's see. You got Clay, Dre, and Steph. Say goodbye to Dre. Tell Clay you can stay if you get less money. And Steph, he'll be your sidekick like on the Subway commercial for a while. But I think Draymond Green is done. Time to let him go to greener pastures, even though they say he's the linchpin. They talked about Klay Thompson in the last game. Klay Thompson had a rough year, but he still was sustainable most of the year. So I don't think he's going anywhere. But me personally, Draymond is going to continue to be Draymond. And I think he should be the one to go out of the three.
Let me pause this segment because I messed up royally. Let me pause this real quickly because I forgot to get Reverend Knights Nation's comments when it came to Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. Who would ever thought I would stop a segment for Caitlin Clark? But that's big talking points. So I got to do that. My bad. My bad. Bad hopes. Let's see. Reverend Knight Nation got quite a few comments. And like I would have never thought we'd be talking WNBA to this level because we've never talked about the WNBA as much as we have. Here we go. Jerry said the interest the WNBA can draw the salaries will increase. Caitlin as a catalyst. The fan support will be the key. Juliana Carter says we'll see the increase in salary by the time Caitlin is ready for her extension. That's a good point. I think that's along the line what Coach said.
That's Winston, real.
Huh?
Juliana Carter is Winston. That's his girl's name.
Okay.
Winston. Yeah.
That's his girl's name?
I mean, that's his girl's page. Whoever he's commenting on, Juliana Clark.
Oh, his girl don't comment on her own?
I don't know why he's going back and forth. I don't know why he's going back and forth from her page to you.
Okay. All right. Whatever works for him, man. All right. Jerome says prisoners of the moment fans are smoking that backyard Iowa Indo Green. Here we got one of these races. I'm just playing. If they think the WNBA salaries will rise because of Clark, the WNBA will need TV sponsorship deals at a level in the buildings. It's not a good, sustainable product. Jerome, man, come on, man. Stop hating on Caitlin Clark. Stop. You just seen the college basketball women's championship draw 18 million people. It doubled from last year, drawing 9 million. When Dawn Staley won her first chip, they only had 2.4 million. Stop hating, Jerome.
Jerome.
Stop hating, man.
What other game where a basketball player a female player played in front of 56,000 people in a football stadium? I want you to name that when you go on, which I know you're going to have a comeback. Name the other player that happened to.
Is he going to be able to spell his comeback?
Man, it's crazy, man. I don't know what Jerome thinking. All right. He was throwing me. Look what the VP had to say. Reverend Doctor, please read our comments regarding the WNBA salary 5 you slipping. I'm calling the past town deacon board right now. Oh boy. VP said the salaries will rise when women begin to tune in to watch and attend the games. Folks don't realize that there are a ton of women who don't follow women's basketball. Facts. Clark has already been signed to a rookie salary of $338K 4 years. Years past, Taurasi's Russian team paid her $1.5 million a year to sit out her pro team for a number of years. VP said it would be a gradual climb, but the W needs to capitalize on this Clark craze. Crazy ticket sales, NBA Big Brother will still be there to supplement the league until further notice. The math, that's the math. Like Jerome says, TV deals has to be there. They're going to be there, man. Trust me. Rev, you already said that. Rev, if the WNBA wants Clark to ball out, then the games will have to be fixed. Man, you acting like this girl is trash, man. No, he didn't. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
This dude is basically saying Caitlin Clark is trash. She's about to see real consistent defense. It's hard to defend the logo. That's what you're not understanding. That's why Steph Curry been so successful. Because it's hard to defend the logo. And then what else makes it hard for people to guard her? She's just not a scorer. She can pass. That's why Steph is so hard to defend. Because when Caitlin's jumper's not on, she can still pass the ball. Yeah, that's the stuff, y'all. Man, you a hater, Jerome. Lord have mercy, man. Yes, and she's gonna have a much better roster. Name one person on Iowa who's a Leah Buster. All right, here we go. Let's see. Draymond Green better get some. Oh, okay. He already went to the next one. I'm sorry. All right, I just jacked up 5 for 5. I'm sorry. As the prime minister, the Red Dot. Okay. Jerome wants to come on live. We got some time. Matter of fact, we'll come on live another day. Come on live. We got too much going on. But we'll talk. We got Caitlin Clark craze going on. All right, let me go back. We're going back to 5 and 5. We're going back to the Warriors dynasty. Horace, get ready to jump in. Here we go. Let me cue the. Is the music still going on?
It's still going.
All right, here we go. All right, Horace, we back. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yep, the demise is over. The era is over. The demise started when Bob Myers decided to step down. And even before that, what made this era so great is what made it so bad, because they had great draft picks. They developed their team, and all of a sudden they drafted James Wiseman, and that didn't go so well, and they couldn't develop anybody else. Moody, you traded Poole, and then the demise started to go down, and Bob Myers left and said, I cannot fix this any longer. So he left, and now there you go. The era is over, and we'll see where Steph goes from here. Will Steph go to Charlotte? Will he stay in San Francisco? Who knows? We'll see. To be continued.
All right, Red, what you got?
I'm not so sure about the dynasty being done, but I know Klay Thompson is done. Dude, you are done. And Steph know it, and Draymond know it. I think those two will still be around, mostly because Draymond's contract, and mostly because Steph is the Warriors. But Klay, you're up out of there, buddy. You are not. You lose in the play-in tournament, and you go 0 for 10, no point. But I think Steph was that way. But that probably was the last straw, for real. I'm not saying he disgusted or just like hate Klay, but as far as Klay being able to help Steph and Draymond, I think we passed that time. Klay, go ahead. You're a free agent. Go ahead and find you a new change of scenery. I think the writing's been on the wall for a while. I think the Warriors maybe got one more run, depending on free agency or drafting, how they draft during the next 2 years. I'm going to give them a chance for one more run, because I know Steph said he still want to win. Draymond still want to win. They still got that championship medal. But Clay, you're up out of there. You're done. Okay. So it all depends on what they do to replace Clay. But I'm not gonna say they done just yet because I know it's hard for championship players to say it's over.
All right, Reverend Knight Nation, I'm coming to you. Let's see. VP say yes, it's over. Steph is 36. Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay because that's what his mama calls him, is in his light-skinned fields. Trayman is an effing cloud. The bench isn't deep anymore. Not sure they can gear up for another one. Enjoy your 4 chips. Otherwise, and Maurice Thor said Draymond Green better get some change of address cards as he'll be finding a new team in the summer. Kerr is tired of his antics. And that's a great point because if Draymond does not get suspended for the amount of time that he got suspended or had to go on leave of absence, there's a great chance that the Warriors are not in the play-in tournament. They're in the playoffs as one of the top 6 teams. Here's the reason why I say the dynasty is done. Who are the top players for the Golden State Warriors? Steph, Clay, Draymond. Who got them to the point of being the stars that they ultimately became? Mark Jackson. He was the one developing them. We've had Jonathan Kuminga be drafted. We had Jordan Poole to be drafted. We had Moody to be drafted. We had Wiseman to be drafted. How have any of them been developed? Have any of them been developed to the status that Steph, Clay, and Draymond have been developed? Absolutely not. So if you're depending on Steve Kerr to develop these guys, then we already know the dynasty is over because he knows how to manage what somebody else has developed, but he can't develop on his own. And that's why nobody can undermine the importance of Mark Jackson's work to what was built in Golden State. I'm done.
Right.
And then what happened to the cursed Chris Paul? Coach liked that statement. Coach liked that statement right there. What happened to the cursed Chris Paul? Coach would always be getting on Chris Paul. Then the VP said, Mark Jackson isn't walking through that door anytime soon. Gruden and Kerr will sit down and drink a beer about their piggyback coaching success. Drink one for me, son. That's pretty good. All right, gentlemen, last topic, 5 for 5. Might be my favorite. I am listening very attentively to what you all have to say. I might need 5 minutes on my own on this one. So
you can stop the limit on this one.
Trae Young era done in Atlanta. We'll start with you, Red. We'll go around the horn to Coach, and then Horace will close us out. What says you, Red?
Well, it might not be done, but it definitely needs to be done. We have tried this thing for too long, and it's just not working. We went to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 seasons ago, and for the past 3 seasons, we have first round, play-in exits. You see, we're not even making no noise. We get put out early, okay? So I just don't see it getting better, Rev. And with the Hawks front office and the moves they made these last 2 seasons, they have just completely destroyed everything and all the momentum they built in 2021. I think Trae needs to change the scenery because I think he can probably bring you the biggest haul back. Personally, I wouldn't mind you building around DeJounte Murray and Jalen Johnson. I'm not so sure if Jalen is an injury-prone player, but whatever the Hawks doing, this team is presently constructed, it's not working. Now, for any foolish Hawks fan to think them coming back next season with this same team is going to work, you're a fool. It's not working. Hunter, Capella, Bogut, all of these pieces, they just don't fit together. Not enough for winning consistent basketball. So I hope it's done in Atlanta, and I eat it right there.
Coach, what you got?
Young is not fit for this team anymore. It's a a basic principle. His game has translated to coaches being fired. Not directly his fault, but when you tried coaches, they didn't work. Now Snyder tried to make it work, and it didn't work. Goes back to that draft day when you had Luka, and the reason you didn't pick Luka was because Luka doesn't fit the demographic of a Hawks fan, and that's why they got Trey, because Trey fit the demographic. So they say, and look what happened to Luka, and even though Luka hadn't won anything, but look what happened to Luka, and look what's going on with Trey. Yeah, it's time for him to go find a team where he doesn't have to be the man, but he can contribute.
Horace, what you got, man?
Well, if you listen to all of the Hawks fans, listen to the city, then Trey is up out of here. And I will be the first to say, if this was a BET award or a hip hop award, then we probably be in the championship every year because of what we have built. But unfortunately, this is a sport. This is a team sport, and it's kind of not working because, I mean, look at the management. You change ownership twice in 3 years. Hell, we can't even keep a hockey team here. I mean, it all boils down to management, and now they're trying to save the culture by hiring a team strategist from no other than Golden State, whose era just ended. So at this particular point, I'm just in the wait and see mode. But based on what we've witnessed over this past 2 years, then yeah, it looks like that LA home that Trey just bought look like it will be filled up.
All right, man. Let's see. The VP said Trae Young's headline has been done. Trey has had his 15 minutes. He tricked us. He tricked y'all real good with that 2021 playoff run. Them old school Bucks shut that high yellow party all the way down. DeBarge needs to find another platform in another city. He has to face the fact that he's Robin and not Batman. Here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. We have to be honest. Trae Young is a star in Atlanta. He does bring some level of excitement, but he's a huge part of the problem. One of the things that I watched this past week were the exit interviews. And the exit interviews concentrated on defense. We know that part of the defensive problems for the Hawks lies with Trae Young. He's a defensive liability, period. We know that most of the time, teams that are very good defensively, their point guard is a dog. The reason why Milwaukee took a step back this year is because they don't have Jrue Holiday anymore as the lead defensive guy who puts pressure on the ball. We see Boston is better defensively this year because Jrue Holiday is on that team. Trae Young ain't stopping anybody. Quinn Snyder got to throw all these jump defenses just to disguise Trae Young's deficiency as a defensive player. The bottom line is you cannot have Trae as the lead guard defensively. His era here is over. We saw 1 year, and if we're honest, there were injuries that took place. That was the year when Harden and Kyrie got hurt. So, that had some reason why we did well. Giannis got hurt. That's why the Hawks didn't get swept in that Eastern Conference Finals. We got to be real about what took place that year. It was beautiful. I was still living in Atlanta at that time. But the reality is the Hawks are not going to win anything with Trae Young being the top player or top paid player on the team. They need to build around DeJounte and Jalen. The game is going about length. DeJounte has length. Jalen has length. The Clint Capella experiment got to end. Like, I like Clint Capella as a defense player, but bro, there's such thing called offense. There's such thing called offensive post moves. There's such thing as knowing how to shoot. You got to do more than just catch alley-oops and put that. That's what's, I mean, when are they going to have him in the gym learning how to do just a simple jump hook or something to expand his offensive game?
His game ain't got
ridiculous. And then DeAndre Hunter. Why would you extend DeAndre Hunter? That just made absolutely no sense. He is not the defensive guy that they thought he was going to be a stopper. He is not. He doesn't fit the new NBA because he's not as athletic. He's strong, but he's not as athletic as these guys like Tatum and KD, who he can't stop. And then he's not consistently a good offensive player. So the Hawks, again, start with DeJounte and Jalen, and then build around them. Trade to somebody who wants them, take on that salary, get some pieces that can build around these two guys. But the Trae Young experiment needs to stop. And DeJounte, he's a class guy, but we know he doesn't want to play with Trae anymore. Let's be honest.
You could tell in the game the other night when they was on against Trae. Trae had those early turnovers, and DeJounte, he was just disgusted with himself. Like, woo, this is what we've been not doing when you were gone. Now look at us, we back to turning those stupid turnovers again. Yeah, I mean, he couldn't even hide his good last.
No, and DeJounte can do. Outside of shooting logo threes, DeJounte can do everything Trae can do and give you much more on defense as a lead ball handler. DeJounte can pass. He has a decent three-point shot. It's not Trae Young, but he can get to the hole better than Trae, and he can finish better than Trae. And we know he can defend better than Trae. So you might as well let DeJounte. There's a reason why Greg Popovich loved that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's a complete ball player. Trae can give you 30 on offense and give up 30 on defense. That ain't doing much for you. All right, let me get to these comments before they get on me, because we got some comments. Trae is another Kyrie. He can't be the number one option on a championship team. The Heat, Celtics, Lakers, and the Pelicans would be perfect fits for him. Greg says Trae definitely has to go. VP says Trae forced the coaches to work harder than normal. Got to have an ounce of defense to be considered elite. Trae will never be elite. He needs to self-evaluate if that's even possible with these youngsters. All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for your comments on 5 for 5. We're coming towards the end of the show. Horace, I think you've watched our show a little bit, where you know how we get down as we end the show, where you have the right. This is our time to say who has the right to do what, when, where, and how as we approach this new sports weekend. So, Red, we'll start with you, and then we'll come around to Coach. Horace, you should have the gist of it by then, and then I'll finish it out. Who has the right to do what, Red? Go with it.
This is about the easiest to be. Lakers, we back at it again. Playoff time. Back playing the niggas again after they swept us last year. Now it's the time for vengeance. Now it's the time to show that was just an anomaly. It is time for Mamba mentality to take over. Okay, so you have the right to win game one and to get this playoff started on the right track, because we on the run for the 18th ring. But it starts tonight, Lakers. It starts tonight. Show the world that last year is last year, and that we've learned our lesson, that we are finally ready to get this ring. Lakers, you got the right to win, beat the Nuggets at home, win game one, and to start your playoff run on a positive note. Go Lakers. Purple and gold, baby. Let's go.
Coach, who has the right to do what, when, where, how? Go.
Kendrick Perkins, you have the right to not challenge Charles Barkley and Shaq on basketball topics. Stick to what you're doing. You're good at talking about the games and analysis. But please don't challenge two Hall of Famers when the only time you've been in the Hall of Fame is to visit and admire trophies. Please don't do that again, Kendrick Perkins. Stay at ESPN, do what you do, and don't call anybody else out that's worth you're not even in the same ballpark with. Matter of fact, you're not in the same city with.
All right. Horace, who has the right to do what, when, where, and how? Go.
Alex Anthopoulos, you have the right to take this news that we just got on Spencer Strider that he does not have to have Tommy John surgery, but you still need to go out and get you a pitcher. We need a starting pitcher, a bona fide pitcher. You have been great in identifying position players and all these other things, but a bona fide starting pitcher right now, you have to go out and get this done right now so we can get this third ring. So, and Alex Anthopoulos, you have the right to not take this news and sit on your hands and let that be okay.
All right.
I agree 100%.
Atlanta Braves, you have the right to shut up David Burns and sweep the Texas Rangers this week. This weekend. Shut them up so that we won't ever have to hear this Texas Rangers talk on a predominantly Atlanta sports show. So that's what you have the right to do. And here it is, Red and Coach in particular. You have the right for us. We have the right to decide if we're going to delay our hiatus because of the WNBA.
Oh, hey, wow.
Because normally our hiatus is right after the draft of the NBA. So we got to make some decisions on if we're going to jump on this WNBA train or not.
Caitlin trying to turn us year-round. I mean, all the way year-round. Like, Red, I'm not giving y'all a break. Y'all going to talk about us in the summertime.
For sure. All right, let's see. Here it is. Lakers, the VP says, you have the right to raise Red Rose blood pressure in this chicken nugget series. Greg says, Hawks management are a hot mess. They got to fix this. The team was playing well together with Murray leading the point until Trey came back. VP says, I smell a gentleman's sweep in the Lakers' future. Red Rose enjoy those 5 games. Kendrick Bushmouth Perkins talk about a dude who rolled away. Morris Thrower to the potential NFL first-round picks. Y'all have the right to get your suits ready and leave them social media garden tools alone. VP says he's ready to slam down the gavel to end a super-duper fine session of the Red and Red Sports Show, Rev Night Nation. We did our thing. Have a safe weekend, peeps. I'm out. We appreciate Rev Night Nation. We appreciate Horace jumping in for our 5 for 5 segment and our You Have the Right segment. Horace, before we go, tell us where we can find the Sports Roundtable.
Man, every Wednesday night, 7 to 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube and on Facebook Live. You can go to a Sports Roundtable Facebook Live page and check us out. And man, I'm gonna have to get y'all guys in the summertime. If y'all go take a hiatus, we'll get the whole crew in there.
Let's do it.
We get the whole crew in there. We'll just have a whole buffet of just sports talk and just talk. Yes, sir. Since hopefully AA will have gotten the picture by then, so we'll have something to talk about.
All right, Horace, man. You just made me hungry when you talk about a buffet of sports talk, man. You just made me hungry right there, brother. But thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks for wanting to come on, and thanks for being available to come on. We look forward to NBA action has already started, so enjoy 4 games of NBA playoff basketball today and tomorrow. We'll be back next week. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel for episode, what episode is going to be? 3, 2, 4 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. We're out of here. Peace and love, everybody. Have a great weekend and a
Thanks,
safe
brother.
week. Peace.
All right now.